going to fucking.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 84 of the NFL edition. I am one of your hosts, Alex Loosemore. This show is brought to you by Zagnif Apparel. So visit Zagnif Apparel today for all your apparel needs. From activewear to casual clothing, Zagnif Apparel has something you are guaranteed to love. Visit ZagnifApparelDesign.com today and use the code NEP15 for a 15% discount on select items. Zagnif Apparel, dress like you're already famous. All right. I just realized, Johnny, you put the pop-up show banner on there. So I'll throw that on. So obviously we'll discuss the divisional round, have our picks for the week, do what we learned from the wildcard round. We'll talk some of these coaching changes, and look ahead. Some guys like Sean Payton, Tom Brady, Trey Lance, what we think is going to happen with them. Are they staying where they're at? Are they going elsewhere? We'll discuss that. As you can see, I have Johnny and Anthony with me. How are you guys doing tonight?
How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'll hold that comment until I find out.
Johnny's tired. He been Uber driving around town all day and showing us videos.
Johnny spent all day and night last night in the hospital, so
Oh.
yeah, it sucked, but it's okay now, I guess.
As good as it can be, I guess. All right. Well, Corey wants to talk about it. So, Johnny, you want to take the floor here, talk Byron Leftwich and the 8 other coaches that are no longer with you guys?
I was actually going to wait till Ben was on to discuss that because he's going to want to discuss it too. I could talk about some Greg Roman getting fired shit. Hell yeah. Woo! You're out of here, Roman. Fuck you.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, Greg Roman, I don't know whether he was fired, whether he walked away. I have seen multiple different things. But he is no longer he is no longer with the Ravens organization.
You know where he's going, right?
Where?
To Michigan.
No, he's not.
Jimbo's bringing him to Michigan.
We've only lost one of our 2 offensive coordinators recently. So
to be honest, that sounds like a bad thing, but it would be good for Michigan because that is the offense that Michigan runs, dude. Yes, it is.
Yeah, but it's not good for what we're building around JJ right now because Jim is developing more of a passing game there
with JJ.
And yeah, McCarthy.
I don't trust JJ. I mean, he's okay. I think he fits that system pretty good.
Yep.
But I don't want to see him in a passing offense because he's going to throw 3 picks a game.
I want to see him throw a bit more than he is, but not too much more. Like, I still obviously rely heavily on the run. You've got Corum coming back. You got a 5-star and Donovan Edwards, like, heavily rely on the run. but we got to take more shots.
Are we still talking pro football, or have we reverted to college ball right now?
Both, kind of.
That was just a quick jump because he's trying to get at me saying Roman's going to Michigan.
I mean, if we gonna talk college ball,
okay. Todd Monken. Let's talk about Todd Monken. It's Monken, Corey, not Mankin. Logan Mankin. Well, we had him for a while.
Yeah.
But Todd Monken, I'm not projecting what I don't know enough right now where everybody's mindset's at to project where anybody's going to go. We can guess about like the head coaches and stuff, but it depends on who's head coach where. Now, Monken, if seems like a good fit to me. He does.
I think Georgia's going to back up a Brinks truck for him. Not like Kirby, but I think they're going to do what they can.
They're going to make sure he's well taken care of. I agree.
Yeah. Even if he makes all of his money and incentives, they're going to make sure he gets what he needs.
I don't see him wanting to leave right now there either. You know,
why would you want to?
He's got a good thing going on. He's got a great program. He works with people. He works with players that will actually listen to what the hell he's trying to tell them. You know, he's got a coach that's got his back. You know, it's not like going to the league and having a general manager throw you under the bus, or a head coach throw you under the bus. And speaking of head coach, I mean, since we brought up the Bucs,
Jesus!
I just want to say this. I just want to say Roman and Jackson to the Bucs now. Since you brought the Bucs up, dude, your coach. I don't know. Did he take a Zoloft before the game or whatever?
I didn't turn the Bucs up. I was waiting for Ben. Actually,
no. We said you started talking about. I was going to wait for Ben because somebody else said, "Okay."
Oh yeah, because
he said, "Okay, Corey, let's talk about it." And then, so I just want to say this, and I'll say it again later. I'll say it again later. I don't know what the hell happened to your boys on Sunday. I mean, I think we all picked the Cowboys, and maybe one of y'all picked the Bucs, but I didn't think it was going to be like that.
Most of us picked the Bucs, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I picked with my heart. I didn't pick with my head. I just had to pick them because they were in the playoffs. And Dallas, I don't trust Dallas. Period. Anyway,
well,
if they're going to throw a game, that would be the one. Next week, Dallas is going to have to prove themselves.
Yeah, but I'm going to say right when I got home, you guys know I'm a huge Shay fan. I saw the clip from Undisputed today, and Shannon Sharp spoke some truths, some glaring truths. That Tom Brady did not play well, and that's not to say that Tom Brady is a bad quarterback. He just did not play well, and he has not played consistently well all season.
Well, and he hasn't trusted the O-line all season. He's thrown the ball in his average time with the ball in his hand was 2 seconds. So he was throwing the ball within 2 seconds of the snap.
Right. But then
and honestly, the offensive line's best game all year was their last game. But it was a little too late.
I mean, I know your O-line has been depleted by injuries and things like that, but I don't know. I mean, I guess there's plenty of blame to go all the way around.
The offensive line was depleted, but the main thing there is Tom Brady was not there. He didn't come in early in the season.
Right.
Tom Brady comes in early in the season, gets to know the players around him, works with them, and takes their tendencies and straightens them up. And he didn't do any of that. He didn't even start working with the team like that until game 6.
Right.
And then you have replacement people.
Which is normally the time when you're starting to hit your stride with your guys.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, he bears a goodly amount of the blame for how things went, and to include his own quarterback play. But who gets the axe as a result? Who gets the blame?
Well, Byron Leftwich. Because Byron Leftwich, and this is a double-sided sword right here. Byron Leftwich did nothing to change that playbook. He did. He actually
you almost said double-sided dildo. You caught yourself.
Just because Jason Swade's here, don't mean you have to show what you know.
Jason is Here, by the way, thank you for tuning in, Jason.
But Tom Brady holds as much responsibility in that playbook because he writes the playbook right there with Leftwich. We heard that all last year, that Brady got mad because Bruce Arians would come in there with the red pen and mark stuff off.
Yep.
You know?
And then the next thing you know, Bruce Arians gets kicked upstairs.
Yes.
And the Bucs have
and accountability went straight out the window.
Probably statistically one of the worst seasons in many moons.
Yep. I agree.
And your boy Leftwich gets stuck holding the bag as the fall guy.
Now, I think some of it, I have to blame of that playbook does lay on Leftwich, and I don't understand Tom Brady's. If you got your hand, and he did 100%, because any quarterback in the NFL can kill a play. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You can change a play, and Tom Brady has the clout to do any damn thing he wants to under center. You know what I mean?
Right.
No matter what play was called in, he could always change it to something else. He's supposed to know every defense by heart, right? That's what he's famous.
Supposed to. Come on with it, preacher. I'm with you. I'm waiting for you to get to the meat and potatoes so I can play the shouting music. I'm just saying.
Damn, I ran on Roman, and here I am ranting on the Leftwich.
All I do is win, no matter what. Wow, that was funny. Anyway, all I was going to say with that is it said everybody. Why is everybody so afraid to say, you know what, Tom Brady just did not have a good year? And I'm talking about. You know what I mean? There's only been one person in mass media that I can see so far, because I don't watch all the shows.
You know why that is? You know why that is? Because Tom Brady's the number 3 in passing yards this year.
That don't mean shit. He still had a bad season. Joe Namath won a Super Bowl, and he was the media darling of the entire country. And then he had a crappy career after that.
He damn sure did. Mm-hmm. That's because he didn't have a good game that game. That was a running game. The run against
the biggest reason that he got the lion's share of the glory was because he said he guarantees it. It was a 50-50 shot. If he hadn't guaranteed it, he'd gone out there, he would fade off in obscurity, just like all those other quarterbacks that just kind of were meh. And then nobody knows their names in the Super Bowls they won, except for guys like Alex and Sean Spencer. Because they remember everything.
Well,
I can add.
Really human, you know that, right? You know the Alaskan Triangle goes right around where he's at there, so all the aliens land around there.
Is that what it is? He's
he's
not really a human being. It's like that bad Eddie Murphy.
Well, he's kind of like a cyborg, because the aliens keep experimenting on him, and putting new parts in his head as they come up.
I was gonna say he's like that bad Eddie Murphy movie Meet Dave, where really he's an alien. He's an alien android, and the real aliens are the little tiny people that are inside his head making him move around.
But that could be him too.
I'm just saying, like, people like that are just insane and unreal.
I hate that name, Broadway Joe. Give me a break with that shit.
Oh, come on, man. They played in New York. They called him Broadway Joe. It was an appropriate name at the time.
At the time, yeah. Because he smoked cigarettes and hoarded around. So what was it Roger Staubach said back then? I like to have sex. It's just I do it with one woman.
Damn.
Alrighty then.
Jeez. Yeah.
Thank you for your service, Roger Staubach. Out of the mouth of a United States naval officer.
You left another opening for him. Damn, man.
I did not intend to, but boy, they are rolling off. They are just rolling out tonight, aren't they?
Oh. Misador, thank you for tuning in, says, I don't know what the Bucs are thinking, but he's not feeling Todd Monken.
Good. We'll keep him.
I don't believe Todd's going to come. I don't.
Good. We'll keep him. That he has done wonders for
Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia has not necessarily been a dominant offense, but their offense has been excellent enough, and they've had a quarterback with enough huevos rancheros to go out there and make things happen for the last 2 seasons.
Georgia made adjustments in that game that I didn't think they. The previous game, not that game. The previous game.
The game against that team down south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say that when I'm around Alex and Kate. I have to remember that.
Yeah, with the big M above your head there.
Right.
Hey, no. You guys can say it. We just don't say it.
I say it.
Nah, I know people that are Michigan fans that actually they get like
half my family
they get nausea reactions when you say that team.
Yeah.
Those guys in Columbus.
Yeah. That's another way. Sometimes I'll say some not very nice variations of Buckeyes.
Corey, I'm not even going to put your comment up because that's insulting.
Dirt cutter.
Oh, God.
Who the hell is that?
Dirt cutter?
He was their head coach a few years ago.
He knows who Dirt Cutter is.
He was who?
He was their head coach a few years ago.
Where?
He was that Falcons guy.
At Tampa.
Too. He was that Falcons guy, too.
Yeah, he was a Falcons OC, right?
Yeah.
You know what? It's only been since I've been doing sports shows that I started learning offensive and defensive coordinators' names. The only coordinator's name whose name I knew off the top of my head for forever was LeBeau, and that was just because he was with the Steelers organization when they played their first game. So, that dude.
And he played for the Lions too.
And he coached for a long time.
Sure did.
Yeah. Jason, man, that's a good comment.
Because they didn't do what I thought they would. Oh my god.
Oh.
Watch me do my best impersonation of Michael Scott from The Office.
Well, Corey's think of every name he can think of, man.
Herm Edwards.
Okay. Oh, back to Greg Roman, damn it.
Greg, don't call me Roman Campbell's Roman.
Greg, Dinosaur Roman. That's the best. Fucking antique ass fucking offense. Wait a minute. Corey said something about Jackson and Roman going somewhere together. They're not going nowhere together. Jackson don't want Roman as an OC. He's made that obvious. Okay,
it's actually more likely that Lamar stays in Baltimore now.
Yeah, it is. That solidifies a spot for Jackson in Baltimore. He'll probably sign a contract if he doesn't take franchise tag. Franchise
they'll get the franchise tag.
Huh?
He'll get the franchise tag.
Yeah, it's a smarter move for him actually because he's going to get more money that way. You got to pay top five quarterback money.
No, he gets $35 million this year. He there's a chance he got more than that on a contract.
I think I've always thought the franchise tag was such a cop out. It's like we still don't know if we're going to give you a contract or not, so we're going to just give you this big bag of cash. And if you play well, we'll keep you around. And
wouldn't that have been a great thing for the Cardinals to have done?
If you get hurt, we'll just cut you.
No, guaranteed money. You can't just cut them no more.
Yeah, that's the thing. Now the franchise tag is fully guaranteed, even with injury.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That way they only give up a little piece of money. They restructure. They maybe restructure some contracts on the low end, and they give this guy a fat bag of cash. And honestly, how many people that they have put on the franchise tag have they actually kept in the last few years, like percentage wise?
Well, that's what the Cardinals should have done with Kyler Murray.
Look at Alex's face. Just said,
"Yeah, I'm like
Jeopardy.
I'm sitting here looking through."
Wait, he said, "Jeopardy brain engaged."
Giants are right now free agent. Daniel Jones is free agent, right?
Yeah, but he's going back. The way he's playing now, they're getting him back. Yeah,
but there's going to be a bidding war for him. I guarantee you.
And Saquon Barkley too. He's a free agent as well. But as for the franchise tag, you had that whole Kirk Cousins thing. Dak Prescott recently had the franchise tag. Other positions like Mike Gesicki had it for Miami this year. That sure as hell didn't work out.
Was that you? I'm sorry, Corey. I thought that was you that said that. I called.
Oh yeah, it was Chris. Yeah. There was Carolina a few years back that tagged Josh Norman, and then within a couple of days decided, no, never mind, we're not doing it before the money settled in.
I know somebody else who got tagged.
Alec?
The wayward peace officer in Laverne, Tennessee.
Oh no. Oh God. A little more than tag happened there. What was it?
Danger.
If I'm a team with the, like, say in the Ravens situation, where you're probably going to end up having to franchise tag Lamar, what I would do is actually do the transition tag. So there's like a set amount of money if he agrees to sign the transition tag. It's the same as the franchise tag, so you get the $35 million for the 1 year. But it still allows other teams to negotiate as if he's a free agent.
Right.
They would just get 2 first-round picks if a team signs him.
Speaking of 2 first-round picks, who gets Sean Payton?
I still think it's Denver.
That's the most likely spot, I think.
You really think he'll go to Denver? Because doesn't he get to choose where he wants who he wants to talk to, or the Saints get to pick who he wants to talk to because he's still in a contract, right?
Yeah. Well, they have to. The team has to trade the Saints for his rights.
They've already made up their mind. They're going to let it go, but you're going to pay the price for him.
Let it go. You're not coaching here anymore.
Denver makes the most sense to me.
It absolutely does.
But remember, Denver.
Not a lot of things in the NFL happen
when Peyton Manning left. So
you know what though, a lot of stuff in the NFL happens that makes 0 sense.
Yep.
So he could wind up somewhere jacked up. Like, how the hell did Sean Payton wind up in Indianapolis?
Well, there's some Carolina eliminate right off the bat. I mean, you can eliminate quite a few teams off the bat where Sean Payton ain't going to go. So,
yeah,
the McCarthy thing in Dallas. Somebody asked today in a chat, "Is McCarthy on the hot seat?" Yeah, anybody working for Jerry Jones is on a hot seat, man.
He just won the playoff game. He's safe.
No.
No. If he
Jerry Jones is fired. Jerry Jones will wake up tomorrow and be like, "I don't like the color of your shoes. Get out." Remember that Pepsi commercial?
He just won. Jimmy Johnson won a Super Bowl and got fired. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones is you can't.
But Jimmy Johnson. The thing with him and
Mike McCarthy.
The thing with him and Jimmy Johnson is, Jimmy Johnson is not a yes man.
No,
Jimmy Johnson will look an owner, a general manager in the face and say, "Get the hell out of my office and let me coach my team."
The point now, though, is Jerry Jones is being embarrassed by not winning playoff games when you're supposed to be competing for a foot.
I don't know what he ain't got shit to be embarrassed about. That man got $1 billion.
Yeah, but he is, because you heard him last year in the beginning of this year. I'm not putting up with losing no more.
But that's why I'm saying McCarthy will be the head coach week 1 next year because he won this playoff game.
If he loses in the divisional round, I can see Jerry Jones getting rid of him and going after Sean Payton because Sean Payton's his buddy.
Nah, man.
You can't fire McCarthy and have a shot at Sean Payton. You have to be dead certain you can get him.
Right.
And you can't guarantee that.
Who's going to outbid Jerry Jones?
Who says Sean Payton's going to end up wanting to go there over some of these other places?
Sean Payton is not going to want to go put up with Jerry Jones. And you talk about Jerry Jones being embarrassed by not winning games. He should be more embarrassed about having more kids than Nick Cannon.
It might be Sean Payton decides you don't want to screw up a friendship, but
Well, Sean Payton also said he doesn't want to deal with the general manager. What happens when the general manager is your owner?
Right.
That was my point 2 weeks ago on the show. Remember?
Yep.
You throw
I don't see
back at me, man. Stop.
Yep. I don't see Dallas as a realistic option for him. I don't.
I think you got to look at every. Damn it! Can't see a damn thing. You got to look at every team as an option.
The one spot, and not for Sean Payton, but the one spot I'm looking at for a head coach now is Carolina. They were so dead set on Ben Johnson, the Lions' offensive coordinator.
You want to talk about.
That's the team that's owned by Shah Khan, right?
I don't think.
No, that's the Jaguars.
I don't think Carolina's got the capital to buy that contract from the Saints.
Oh, they don't. I was just because they were so set on Ben Johnson because he went to North Carolina. The owner just loved the talk he had with him.
Man, holy shit!
Well,
Johnson's the hottest commodity out there right now.
We just gave him a fat raise to stay. Thank God. But yeah, so I wonder now what's happening there. Is Wilkes gonna stay there? Are they gonna go after? I've heard Jim Caldwell there. Yeah, Jim Caldwell had talks with them.
Playoffs.
Get Herm Edwards there. Yeah.
Hey, quick question. I'm gonna go all the way out left field. This has squat to do with anything we're talking about. The only reason it's related is because
Jim Schwartz.
It was brought up on a show, the lady show before this. Have either of you gentlemen ever eaten at Waffle House?
All the time, man. I love Waffle House.
You have, Alex?
I haven't, no.
You haven't? Okay, because they don't have them in Canada. Well, then the question is moot. But for you, Alex, is moot. Johnny, my question for you is, what's your favorite way to eat your Waffle House hash browns?
Oh, I knew you were going to go hash browns on me, man. I go, I haven't done it in years because we don't have a Waffle House around me. But what was it? Chop. They got a way of saying that shit. What is it called? A chop.
So scattered, smothered, covered, chunked, tossed, and diced.
Yep.
So they have, instead of just saying, scramble them out, like scattered is just scramble the potatoes out, smothered is with cheese, scattered, smothered, smothered is with gravy, covered is with cheese, chunked is with like ham, diced is with onions, chunked is with ham. Like, I just get it with everything. I just tell them,
all the way.
I just said, give me everything.
All the way, and they still have a different way of saying that too, but I can't remember it.
Alex, I'm just gonna tell you, if you've never eaten at a Waffle House, let me break it down for you like this. If you go after midnight, you can see all of the worst and most humorous parts of humanity all at the same time.
I've seen many videos.
No, I'm saying all in the run of one meal, you can see 2 or 3 people break up. You could probably see a drug deal go down. You could see you could probably see one person from a breakup hook up with another person from a breakup. You probably will inhale about 1/8 of a cup of grease from the griddle. You will have a fine covering of grease. You won't be able to wash the grease smell out of your clothes for months. I got one for you. Wait. Even if a shootout breaks out, don't worry about it because the staff can fight. The staff can fight. I'm gonna tell you what. People talk about, would you get in the ring with Mike Tyson for $1 million? Hell yeah, I'd rather fight Mike Tyson than the people at Waffle House.
They got experience.
That one chick that caught that chair, did she unlock the key? That bitch has been in the Matrix. Fuck that. I ain't fucking with her. How you gonna fight somebody? How you gonna fight somebody that defeated Agent Smith in open hand combat in another dimension inside a computer? That bitch was fighting Agent Smith inside. She was fighting Agent Smith inside IBM PC Junior.
I was at a Waffle House with me and my 2 brothers going to the Gandy Bridge to go fishing, and we were on the Waffle House on Memorial Boulevard in Lakeland, man. And this girl the waitress comes running out when we left, and grabbed me and shit and said, "Here, you got to call me when you get back in town." I got.
They don't play. If they're feeling you, they will holler at you.
Yeah,
no shame.
No shame to her game whatsoever.
Like that skit on Mad TV. Can I have your number? Can I have?
Oh my god! Can I have it? That was so good. The smacking of the lips a few times.
I think Waffle House was one of my most favorite places on the planet, man.
Don't get me wrong. You can see some of the same stuff in a Denny's or maybe an IHOP, but Waffle House is the business. There was a
Denny's up here is super tame.
There's a Denny's in downtown Fairfax, Virginia, and it doesn't stay open 24 hours anymore just because COVID kind of shut all that down. But man, when it was 24 hours and every karaoke head in Fairfax County would make their way to that place, and you still used to be able to smoke inside, and the whole smoking section would be full, and they'd be like, well, you can sit and smoke in and you can wait for about 3 hours, or you can sit at non-smoking and be like, I'll wait. Because everything was happening in the smoking section. Yeah. It was almost like the cool kids corner, and all the nerds were in the back and non-smoking.
Corey Brown, Garrett was there far longer than Jimmy Johnson, buddy.
That's because Garrett.
Jimmy was there 8 or 9 years. Jimmy was there like 4 years, man, or 3 or 5 years at tops. Yeah. He made that deal with Minnesota, and they started their Super Bowl runs. And you got to credit that third Super Bowl run to Jimmy Johnson too. His team credits him with that Super Bowl run, so why not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Jason Garrett was the ultimate example of a yes man.
Jason Garrett was his son.
Essentially, but he might be. I told you, Jimmy. I told you, Jerry got more kids than Nick Cannon. Watch what I tell you.
He got more kids than I do.
Seriously, about every 12 to 18 months, there's another girl coming up, popping up, talking about Jerry Jones is my daddy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Daddy. We lost Alec, I guess. He message?
No, I'll shoot him a message here. Or at least if he sent me a message, I didn't see. No, he didn't send one. Okay.
Okay, divisional rounds. Speaking of which, what are we going to talk about with that?
Somebody's gonna win, somebody's gonna lose, and chances are pretty good that either Ash or Sydney's gonna put a bunch of money on a game, and then they're gonna pull it because somebody's losing, and then that team will turn around and win, and then they'll be mad because they could have quit their jobs and retired forever, just like this past weekend.
Yeah.
Well, you notice you don't. If the team's coming out in the lead in the first half, forget about it.
Yeah.
There's no Georges out there.
Yeah, that was insane. Like I took a nap
except San Francisco
for the Seattle game.
Down in the second half, they always shut people down. I mean, San Francisco.
That's that run heavy team that can impose their will, right?
Yeah, like another team we knew, but they kind of failed to do that against another team.
Yeah, they spotted 14 points early.
What had happened to Lindy? I thought Lindy could run the ball. Lindy couldn't run the ball at all this game. They did not give Lindy the ball. They did not want Lindy to
Lindy was in the game twice, 2 or 3 times, I think.
He had 5 carries for 11 yards.
All right, 5 times then.
But it's like that. What the hell's with that?
How many receptions did he get? Because I've only seen the replay of the shit.
It seems to me like whatever they were calling, they just completely went away from the game plan. Or here's a conspiracy theory. Maybe Leftwich knew they were going to fire him anyway, and he just like, well, screw y'all.
That's not much of a conspiracy theory. I think most coaches that are getting fired know that.
It's just like
Fournette had 1 catch for 6 yards.
That's just like your boy Lovie Smith knew they were going to fire him, and so he won that first overall pick to screw over that first overall pick.
No, he was told to do that by fucking Darcy Glazer. Darcy Glazer came out before the draft and said, "We are drafting Jameis Winston."
Dude, we're talking about the Houston one.
Oh, that one. Okay. Well, you said the number 1 pick, and that gave me flashbacks.
We'll get there. Don't worry about it. We'll get there. That's a week that we talking about. Week 1. This is week 3. We'll get there. Wait a minute, James. The season ain't even started yet. What week is it? It's week 5. We'll get there. Crab legs is good. I like crab legs. Shop Publix for all of your crab leg needs. Sometimes you can get them free. Tell them ask them for the Jameis discount, and they will gladly escort you to the door.
They will show you right out that door.
You don't know how many inappropriate things pop in my head that I have to just shut my mouth on.
Dude, try working in the corporate world and being in an office building and somebody says something and then they realize what they said and they look at you all big-eyed because they realize what they said and they think you're going to roast them and you're looking back at it like you're not getting me sent to HR. You better just walk away.
Yeah.
I got a coworker that's an Army vet, just like me. We were both medics, and sometimes he'll just tell a joke and just look at me and be like, "Yep, that's why." Hey, give me a second. Let me take my thing out. And he just turn and walk off. And we just turn and walk in opposite directions.
I like Heidi Klum legs. Come on.
Scott, why?
I think Scott's been smoking, man. His retirement's doing him well.
Well, Scott's retired?
Oh, yeah, he's a retired postal worker.
Oh, damn. Hey, I'm a former postal worker, too. Salute. I didn't stay long enough to retire. But
this man lived in the same damn neighborhood as Kurt Warner.
God bless you, sir. That being a postal worker is no joke.
No shit.
And look, postal worker is one of them jobs that people retire and then they just be like, yeah, that's it, and they just check out because they didn't beat you up.
Mm-hmm.
The only way to get out.
I'll be a postal. When I was a kid, I wanted to do that job, man. After something stopped, man, I'm glad I didn't.
The only way that you can make that work is if you join the post office at like 18, and then by the time you're in your late 40s, you can retire because you got to do 30 years. Or if you're in the military, you can buy back your time.
Yeah.
You can buy your time back towards your federal employee retirement, whatever. But I know a dude that worked. I know a dude that had he had 20-something years in the military. He worked for the post office for 8 years, and he just came in one day. It's like, plop, and just dropped his retirement papers on the postmaster's desk. Like, what's that?
Damn.
I'm out. Run me my coins.
Boy, you reminded me of something. All those rumors about Byron Leftwich to the Steelers, forget about it. They're keeping that idiot, man.
They decided to keep Matt Canada.
Yeah.
Is there a Byron right witch? I've always wondered. I mean, if there's a left witch, there's got to be a right witch. Nobody? Nothing. Mister, I just got a new haircut. Gonna come in here and make fun of my jokes. I ain't never seen you. I thought you had on a sleeveless shirt. How did you grow sleeves when I turned around? You had no sleeves when you came on.
You were talking about that witch.
He came on with it. He came on with one of them Sydney Swinton shirts, and then I turned around and it grew sleeves.
Did my job so. Oh
damn!
Are you ready?
Just saying.
I guess not.
Yeah. Like Z came on sounding like he talking to a McDonald's drive-through thing.
He's a what the hell was that old fish? Arthur Treacher's.
Oh,
He's an Arthur Treacher's fish and chips.
You know they still have one of those in Fairfax. I'd never see anybody go in there. Everything else around the Arthur Treacher's is going out of business. I'm talking gas stations. I'm talking hotels. I'm talking a Dunkin' Donuts. I'm talking Einstein Brothers Bagels, a McDonald's, a Shell station. I had lived in that area for 18 years. I was just in Virginia back in August. That Arthur Treacher's is still freaking open.
Damn. I haven't seen one of them in years, man.
Yeah, seriously. Alec came on and he was like, what McDonald's have today?
Ben.
You want fries or something? Small. Okay, your order $18.78.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, God, you hit it right in the head. The money comes through, and if it doesn't come through, they got it on the sign for you now. Okay, so you can't miss that.
He told me he's ready. How's it going, Alex?
Fucking funny.
What's funny? You came on here with a bunch of friggin' noise.
No, Ben was
Ben's comment in the private chat.
Oh.
No, jackass, my MacBook is down.
Oh, okay, that's funny. That is funny.
Jesus.
Excuses. Let's go. What are we talking about here?
You know what? I wish Todd Bowles had an excuse, but he fucking doesn't.
I'm talking about you here.
But you know what? It's a good day because Greg Roman got fired today, so it's a good day. Let's all give it a round of applause.
You want to know what?
Did I call it? Did I call it, guys, before the show, did I call it or did I not call it? Alec came on and dropped 3 F-bombs in 10 seconds.
Yep. Alex is topping me on the F-bombs. What the fuck, man?
Alec. And I'm not topping anything.
I'm plural, man. I'm sorry. It sounds the same way.
Well, you can't say anything that sounds like my name, and they said something like topping me on anything.
Hey,
no.
Yo.
Comments about it happen.
Can I buy you a drink? Ooh.
Johnny went way past buying a drink. Johnny.
He went straight from buying a drink to how you doing.
I missed the rant.
Corey says bring back Shiano as a defensive
Hey,
coordinator.
you know what? That's a very funny comment, but I would take Greg Schiano as a defensive coordinator any day of the week.
At this point, I don't know if you'd get him away from Rutgers.
I know
right
he's doing really well there, but he was doing really well there too last time we had him.
But he hasn't gotten to the success yet.
Right.
He's still on that trajectory up, right? So I think give it a few more years, let them have that big time success that they'll eventually have, and then I could see him leaving again. But I think it's a little early.
You know, would be really jacked up is they take the worst coordinators, defensive, offensive, quarterbacks, wide receivers, linebackers, DBs, O-line, special teams, and they all got hired by some kid that has never had a head coaching job before in the NFL, and they just went on this crazy run and won a Super Bowl.
Sounds like a movie.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Sounds like a Disney sports movie.
So, what's going on, Alex, with all the Harbaugh crap? Now he's lying I didn't know. What's going on?
Oh, well, no. Okay, so that's been going on for a little bit now. So there's a few different allegations against Michigan. So there's what are you?
They're kind of petty, though. Come on, really?
Yeah, but I mean, Harbaugh's like, well, I didn't know, or I know nothing.
What's he supposed to do? Saying, yeah, I knew it, and a bunch of dumbasses ain't gonna catch me. So fuck you.
I'm just saying, like,
see, here's the thing: some of that stuff, like I think the contacting recruits and all that, I think he definitely knew that.
Absolutely,
there's no way he didn't know that. There's no way he didn't know. I'm assuming it was Charles Woodson because it was a defensive analyst, was coaching Michigan players. Fox stalked us basically this year, so I guarantee it was Charles Woodson. He had to have known that. The one where it was on one of these coaches out on a recruiting trip and they bought a kid a cheeseburger or something like that is actually one of the allegations. I don't think he necessarily knew that.
Yeah,
like the smaller ones like that.
Those are all fucking petty as shit, man.
But they're all in the rules, and the head coach takes the fall for all of them. That's the rule in college football now.
But did he know about the guy in the shower?
Joe knows. Joe knows.
Joe knows.
Jason might know.
Jason definitely knows.
Jason was probably there at that time.
Jason found out, played for Penn State at the time.
Well, Alec did visit Michigan University there a few weeks back. So.
I went to Michigan State, Ben. Went to Michigan State.
No, you drove by Michigan, too.
No, I only went by Michigan State. I go to Michigan.
You went.
He lied. He told me he was going to go, and then he didn't go. He lied.
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, Alex, I can't fucking drive around there. I don't have a fucking car. Why don't you drive
Why
there?
the fuck not, man?
I'm planning
on a random ass car and waste my money to get a rental car.
Waste my money? No, fuck you, man. I ain't wasting my money to go to Michigan.
You're in a great mood tonight, Alex.
And that's different, hey Ben. That's different from any other day because.
All right, let's get into. Johnny wanted to save the Bucs talk for when you guys got here, so let's roll into that.
Why? Look,
did we do that like 3 days ago? Did we have the Bucs 3 days ago?
I've already said my piece on the Bucs, so I'm just gonna sit back and chill and enjoy the show.
That's what I was hoping to, Anthony.
No.
As you were.
Well, this is a very exciting chat.
All right.
Come on, Ben. What do you think of anything that's going on?
Yeah, what do you think about some of these coaching moves?
Oh, I'm not surprised. I mean, I think they're doing this to try to lure Brady back. So, Byron's the scapegoat. You know what I mean? Like, well, Brady played bad, but we got to fire Byron. Now, Leftwich, he had his faults in it. He wasn't scheming. Even if he had all these injuries, if you're a great coordinator, you still should be able to use what you have pretty well, to succeed. But
Yep.
You know, again, this is pretty much a move that, okay, we're desperate. We want Brady to resign. We'll try and get what you want, Tom. That's how I look at this move.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he did get the fucking head coach fired, so whatever.
I want to know this. That man, 46 years old, okay? Why are people so concerned whether he want to come back or not? Why wouldn't you? I mean, I'm sorry.
I'm ready.
Yes. And people that think with logical brains, yes. But why are so many people like? That's all that they have ESPN on, like 2 of the big screen TVs, all of them actually, in the cafeteria where I work, and it's all they talked about all day. If Brady leaves, where will he go? Will Brady stay? Will Brady go? That man is 46 years old. He is roughly about 10 or 11 years past his shelf life as an NFL anything that doesn't have the word coach in front of it. You understand what I'm saying? And so, and I understand that he will go down as the greatest quarterback in modern football history, probably in all of football.
I don't disagree with that, but I want to ask you something, Anthony. What if Tom Brady said, "You know what? What about Atlanta?" What if I'd be like,
go the fuck on somewhere.
Really?
As a fan. Because we already had a quarterback that was supposed to be great, and you see what happened to him. He's sitting on the bench. I'm just saying, because he would come to Atlanta, Arthur Blank would throw a ton of money at him, which meant that he would have to play, even if he sucked, because he's Tom freaking Brady, and Atlanta is already not the greatest team in the NFL to begin with. So then the Atlanta fans would have to suffer through watching a 40-something-year-old man tell himself, I think I can.
But what would you rather have, a 46-year-old Tom Brady or a 22-year-old unproven?
22-year-old unproven.
Hey, you know what? Let's stop with this unproven nonsense. Because everybody said Daniel Jones was unproven. All it took was to get the right coach in New York, and now they're in the playoffs.
I mean,
Brock Purdy was the last guy drafted. Last guy picked in last year's draft, Brock Purdy. And he was unproven.
But the 49ers already are great everywhere else, though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If you get the right coach with somebody that's unproven, pressure does 2 things: burst pipes and make diamonds. And I don't, you know what I'm saying? So either he's going to crap the bed or he's going to shine. One of the two. But
if he craps the bed, you get your next quarterback anyway. So
right. And if he sucks, we get another draft. We get a big draft pick next year, and there's more quarterbacks coming out next year. That'll be
put a good quarterback with a bad coach. It works the same fucking way. So it's always about where they are and who what system they're with.
But my point is the NFL has given Tom Brady. I mean, there was a time when you couldn't blow on Tom Brady without getting a flag thrown at you. I'm surprised a couple of sacks that he got this past weekend that there weren't some flags thrown somewhere. The tuck rule. We're not even talking about the tuck rule. Deflategate, which I thought was a bunch of BS, but it was supposedly this big brouhaha. Oh my God, I can't believe they did that. He got a smack on the wrist in 4 games, and then he came back and won a freaking Super Bowl. Like he's been good. And I'm not hating on Tom Brady. If anybody's watching, they think I'm hating on Tom Brady. I'm not. I'm just trying to make a point. He's 46 years. He's 46 years old, and he's obvious that he's got all of his best years are behind him. From this point going forward, he will have flashes of brilliance, and if he is fortunate enough to get on a team where they give him a great, fully healthy offensive line that stays healthy all season, he might have another flash of brilliance. But he will never be the Tom Brady that won multiple MVPs, multiple Super Bowl rings ever again. And the league is still kissing his ass to make sure it happens.
No, Anthony, I don't disagree with that. I mean, you break his best days are over. I totally agree with that. I'm just saying he could still make that Atlanta team better just like that. Yeah, if you put the right pieces around.
If you get Tom Brady, the guy who comes in early, the guy who takes your team and works them out and gets the chemistry with them. If he comes in and does that, yeah, you'll get Tom Brady. If he doesn't do that, if he plays like he did this fucking year and comes in late and doesn't work out with the team until game 6 or 7, then you're not going to have nothing. It's just
and I'll gladly take Jared Goff over that.
Not only that, Ben. I've been watching the Atlanta franchise for a very long time. Atlanta is. I will say this: Atlanta is not like I'm going to say it like a Cowboys franchise, where the owner just makes these decisions on a whim. Fortunately, he's got his son there as a buffer now. But remember before when Jerry Jones was just like, I want that guy, and he would just all of a sudden show up and get a 2-year deal worth of ungodly sum of money, and then he would lay down every other play and not do anything and just collect game checks. And it was neck and neck every year because Dan Snyder would make a splash move, and then the following year Jerry Jones would have to make a splash move.
Yeah, Dan Snyder had his Albert Haynesworth, and
right. Dan Snyder had Albert.
God, don't say that name. We ended up with that fucker.
That guy, Jason Taylor.
$100 million.
Bruce Smith,
yeah.
Like, so you know what? Atlanta has. I think the organization has the team's best interest at heart. They just don't have the right people there making the decisions. And if Arthur Blank was to go and say, "Hey, let's give this Tom Brady guy a try," they're not going to do anything or give him anything to make him any better. So we just got to watch the Falcons be bad for another season, which they probably may do anyway without him. Because we're going to see Desmond Ridder probably for the foreseeable, for at least for next season, unless he just really stinks up the joint. They were probably going to be bad anyway. I'd rather them be bad and see and test out a new quarterback than to just bring Tom Brady in to sell some jerseys and put some asses in the seats.
I mean, he's got a point. Look what it's done for Indianapolis. It's swing and a miss after swing and a miss after swing and a miss, going after all these veteran guys, and now they're in a position where they got to do the hard reset.
Isn't it about fucking time the Colts fucking missed on quarterbacks?
I'm sorry, when was the last time they had a hit?
They went from fucking Peyton Manning to Andrew Luck. All right.
Yeah, and it took Peyton Manning having neck surgery and them being the worst team in football to get Andrew Luck.
Right, but still.
It's not like the Packers where they had Favre walked into the 25th pick and walked into Aaron Rodgers.
We had to buy Tom Brady to get our first quarterback ever. You know?
Yeah.
That's so many organizations go entire careers without that shining star, without a quarterback. Fucking the Colts kissed my ass. You had Johnny fucking football there, man. And I'm not talking about Manziel either. I'm talking about United.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Johnny. They had fucking they got a history of quarterbacks with
Jim Harbaugh.
Johnny. Johnny.
What?
What the hell? Why you mad at Indianapolis? We were talking about Atlanta. We were talking about Indianapolis, and he got a bad case of Indianapolis.
I don't want to hear about quarterbacks with the Colts. They've had their share. Fuck them.
Okay, but you're taking the entire history. I'm talking about ever since Luck retired, where you go to Brissett to Phillip Rivers.
Right now for me.
Yeah, man. But you're not listening to what I'm saying though.
Phillip Rivers.
Where I'm talking Brissett to Rivers to Wentz to Matt Ryan. Now, like it's. Now you don't want Atlanta
to be honest. Rivers is a good quarterback. He just was there at Indianapolis.
Well, he had a good year with them.
Kids, okay, that's all he was there for.
Well, he had a good year with them, and they made the playoffs and everything. He just retired. That's all that was. Had they kept Rivers for another year, they might have done something. But I mean, then you got to go to Wentz, to Matt Ryan, to Brissett.
Because the Colts have an owner that's so gun ready. He's gung ho.
Yep.
You know, the guy.
Well, you can't help but be gung ho. Him and Jerry Jones is drinking buddies. It's just that Jerry Jones got enough sense to get a driver and not get DUIs all the time.
Yeah. Well, and the other reason
Irsay should be like the Rooneys. Actually, they've been around. They've been a good organization for a very fucking long time. You would think that they've learned how to do this right, but
having 3 head coaches in 60 years.
Yeah, they don't have a quarterback and they go crazy, man. It's like
Well, because that Indy roster for the past few years has been a quarterback away.
Yeah,
they just haven't hit that quarterback where you had a Ben Roethlisberger who played very well, so you didn't have to worry.
Which I put on the GM, which I think they're getting a new GM, aren't they?
No, Ballard's still there.
Is he?
He's got to be on a very thin rope.
I know the Titans signed a GM from the 49ers, which is a hot commodity. Anybody from the 49ers right now is a hot commodity.
Yep.
Well, this guy didn't pass out. So
random thoughts.
We've been having. Wait a minute.
No, Scott asked if Alec passed out.
I saw that. But wait a minute. We have had some bomb hot takes flying for the last 15 minutes. And the one thing Alec jumped in on was, I didn't pass out, bro.
Well, he tried to get in.
My bad. My bad, bro. My bad. I'll take that one. My bad. I got you.
That was everyone. We were all
screaming. Like 4 times. Every time I say something, somebody else says something. So I was like, you know what? I'll step back.
All right. Take the floor. It's yours.
No, I was saying that it would be better to because most people, like I told Johnny and Ben, I will willingly take the risk and see what the team has with Trask. I mean, what else do you have to fucking lose at this point? What else you had to fucking lose? Free agency market, Lamar's going to stay with Baltimore, which we wouldn't even want Lamar because it's as a fair offense. Eric Carr, you'd be lucky if you can, because most teams probably have the cap space to get him to a max contract. And if you get with Kyle Trask, it's more so.
It's a win-win. You find out what the fuck
you save yourself the hassle of using the cap space and going all out for a quarterback. See what you have in-house first, because I'm not the kind of person that judges a quarterback, even though they haven't really seen the field with the starters. But most Bucs fans, they're used to the whole, let's win now. Well, maybe they're not even trying to win now. They're trying to see what they have in-house, see what they have with Trask. They went with him in the second rounds. Go with him. If he's at your future, at least you try the first two remaining his contract before he goes to another team. You'd be like, oh damn, we missed out on what could have been. It's the same thing with. I mean, it's the same thing with other teams. They let a quarterback go and they go somewhere else and they shine. I mean, I'll take the risk with Trask at this point. I'm not we won a Super Bowl. People forget what happened 2 years ago. You can't you gotta see what you have in house before you go further out. If Tom Brady stays, I mean, fuck it at this point. But if he wants to stay in Tampa and put his fucking nuts all over fucking cap space, then fuck it. But in my opinion, I'd rather keep Kyle Trask.
The cap space is going to be screwed anyway because they still have.
You're already $40 million over the cap to begin with,
and we still have to pay Tom Brady. If Tom Brady's not here, we still have to pay his contract because it was moved back.
The cap is a lie.
It's a lie for the most part.
Look at the Falcons. The Falcons have Desmond Ridder back. That's going somewhere in the right direction. You got the Commanders.
Really didn't see that much from it.
But you've got a rookie quarterback where you can give him a shot, and you've got $60-70 million to play with.
Right.
So that is going in the right direction.
Money-wise, yes.
And listen, I mean, I think Alex is right on. There's no disputing that. But it does make you kind of wonder, though, if they're so high on Trask, then how come he was inactive until the last week of the season?
He was active.
They're going to go with Blaine Gabbert no matter what.
Trask was active 3 games this year.
But why isn't he active more? That's what I don't
get. Because Gabbert's there.
Because Gabbert's there.
Well, I understand, but I mean, I think if you want to see what you got in Kyle Trask, at least have him practice with the second team.
But then practice with the second team, yes. But on game day, Gabbert, you gave him the contract you did for him to be your backup on game day right now. That's what it is.
Gabbert's not the future, okay?
No. But when you've got Brady there, you're not. You're
to be honest, Trask was playing with the first and second team throughout the preseason and for the first 4 games when Brady was in and out.
That was preseason, though. I just think,
and through the first 4 games when Brady was in and out.
I'm not so sure the Bucs are 100% sold on Trask right now. I'm just not. That's my opinion.
No. But you got to see him when the ball is flying.
To see what
I agree. I'm just going by what I think the Bucs are thinking. Maybe they're not 100% sure about him.
Actually,
you're an idiot if you don't give him a shot.
I just thought about something.
They built a playbook around him last year, coming into this year, and then had to throw it away. So
I'm looking at the crawl down there, and I think since we're talking about Trask versus Brady, what do you guys think about? Your boy Trey Lance may be winding up in Tampa Bay.
He's not going to be in Tampa Bay.
I'm just asking a hypothetical question. I know he ain't gonna be there. Hell.
What if? What
Yeah.
I like? Hey, he's mobile.
He ain't so mobile right now.
He's got a great arm too.
Give me
he's
somebody
got
that's
some mobile
not a
right now.
statue. I love Trey Lance. I wouldn't bitch about it.
I see you.
Now, at the same time, you're in the same boat as Trask because what have we seen Lance play? We've hardly seen Lance play either.
Well, at least he's played in an NFL game, regular season game.
Oh yeah, sorry, he's played like 3/4 of an NFL regular season game. Like
actually, he played in 3 games last year, and then this year I don't know how many. What game did he get hurt in?
Week 1, he was out week 1. Yeah.
So
every time
week 2. Sorry, week 2.
Says, every time one of you says the phrase "now at the exact same time," I'm such a freaking DJ head that I immediately hear Eminem Rap God. It just happens. Now at the exact same time, while I'm up at night and I'll be practicing rhymes, that blah 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 blah. It happens immediately, straight to Rap God, dude. So anytime one of y'all says that phrase, I'm gonna get a sound bite, and every time one of y'all says it, I'm beginning to feel like a rap god. Just that's gonna be the sound bite.
Now this is an interesting one.
Shouts out to OG Sean Spencer in the building.
What if they move on from Brock Purdy instead?
I'm still giving Trask a shot first.
You gotta go with what you have in house.
Exactly.
I agree.
Stranger things have happened.
For them to pay money
but
to
you gotta see how he's always
with the situation we're in right now, it makes absolutely no sense.
What are you paying him though? What are you paying him?
Who?
Brock Purdy.
Well, as far as he's went right now, probably a lot more than we need to.
Dude, he's on a rookie contract.
He's on a rookie contract. Not only is he on a rookie contract, he's on a rookie contract as Mr.
Well, what are
Irrelevant.
we trading to get him? That's the point too, man.
Yeah, that's the question. Not how much are we paying him. You ain't paying him shit.
Johnny, I know you said that doesn't make any sense, but stranger things have happened. Remember the whole quarterback controversy they had in Philadelphia
I've been
after they won the Super
since
Bowl.
They started, so stranger things have happened. That's a fact. You know.
They'd be like, "What? They traded Brock Purdy, but he took him to the Super Bowl." Yeah, well, we increased his value, and we kind of dangled a carrot for a few bricks.
You want to start talking about somebody from San Francisco? It would be more likely Jimmy G. Okay, because they're going to keep the youth there that's already developing.
Yeah.
Jimmy
G will be mad as hell if he wound up somewhere where it ain't no adult film stars for him to hook up with.
Where is that at? Wait a minute. Where is that at? You get confusing the rest of the world with Oklahoma.
Jimmy, you don't remember when Jimmy Garoppolo first came in the league? It was a whole big deal. He was dating some porn star.
Yeah.
Well, they
his rookie season
in Florida too, man.
Let's go with Trey.
I want mobile quarterback, not a running quarterback. I don't need my quarterback to be out there doing design runs every other down, man. That's something
There's your mobile quarterback, Johnny.
You're a jerk, man.
This is what you guys get for the Harbaugh's leaving Michigan thing, and Greg Roman's taking over. This is what you get.
Oh, I said he's leaving. I didn't say when. So I didn't say.
I'm going to keep poking that one all day. For all year, man, till next year, and on and on and on. I'm just going to be the repeat on there until it actually does go somewhere, and then I'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Alex."
Oh, it's a matter of when, not if. He's going to go back to the NFL.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got to win another national title against Ohio State in the regular season, and he should be fine.
I don't care if Trask does have a 4-win season because I'd like to get some better draft picks in here. It don't seem like we can go out there and get free agents now. So how are you going to fill the roster?
Well, it's going to be much harder to get free agents once Brady's gone too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, it would have been easier with BA there at the head coach because players like to play for him, but.
Yeah.
Love, Death, and Robot. That's an awesome show. I'm sorry. What else was on the little list we got here?
Well, we talked about Lance. The three of us talked about Sean Payton, but let's get these guys' thoughts on it.
Okay, so we're talking about what now?
Sean Payton, where do you think he's going to go?
Well, since the Chargers are dumb enough to keep Brandon Staley around.
Yeah.
Well, the Chargers don't spend money either. I got to thinking about that after we discussed that.
I get it. It's looking more and more like Denver, which really surprises me why you would go there. Like
consensus brewing here.
Although you think, like, as weird as it's going to be to have, like, if he goes back and has Vic Fangio as his DC, to have a formerly fired head coach as you're now DC, it's a little weird. But Fangio's defense fits Denver. Obviously, we've seen that. It fits it very well. If anyone's going to fix whatever the hell is going on with Russell Wilson, it's going to be a guy like Sean Payton.
Yeah, but is it fixable, though, at this point in
Well,
Russell?
that's we don't know, right?
I think he's so much better if he got a younger quarterback that's
getting whoever goes to Denver is locked into Wilson for 2 more years, at least. The buyouts after 2025.
And then what's Sean Payton going to do after that? And that's the thing you got to ask yourself. I mean, he wants stability, at the quarterback position. He's going to call the plays. Mm-hmm. I would think if the Chargers did fire, it would be the perfect landing spot.
Oh, it was absolutely perfect.
Yeah, like you did Breeze. But
if we're going off quarterbacks for Payton, it's probably Arizona is the best fit of what's available.
It's kind of like the best of the worst.
I don't see that happening. They just hired GM.
Well, and it sounds like the betting favorite there is Brian Flores is actually going to be the next head coach there.
Where in Arizona?
Yeah, it sounds like he's the favorite now.
The new Miami Dolphins now?
Yeah, well, they're not going to try and get him to tank, so.
They ain't going to have to. Kyler Murray will tank at a certain point in the season, so he ain't got to worry about tanking.
Now, was it Kyler or was that Cliff? We don't know.
No, I think Kyler hits a wall every year.
See, but what did you just say there? You said, I think. You said, I think.
Well, I looked at Kyler Murray, and he's not, like, committed to actually playing when he hurts or anything like that.
But how much of that is not wanting the coach to be around anymore? We see players give up on coaches all the time. What if that was Kyler giving up?
They usually give up on their careers when they do that too.
Not after you sign a 5-year, $250 million contract. You don't.
No, I mean if it becomes noticeable that you're taking plays off, other teams watch, man.
Oh yeah. But he ain't going anywhere. They just locked him in long term.
Well, you said
so. It doesn't matter.
Think about his career. If he leaves the Cardinals or is released from the Cardinals for taking plays off, it'll be the Johnny Manziel effect. Same thing. It'll snowball.
He's not going anywhere though.
This was a what if thing, wasn't it?
No, I said. I said that. What you started that conversation with was I think. We don't know whether it was Kyler or whether it was Cliff.
Kyler, Cliff.
I think it can't be both.
It can be both. But again, we don't know.
I haven't seen
until we
Kyler Murray to impress me, man.
Kyler, Cliff.
But he's been with Cliff the entire career.
I'm physically on the field. I haven't seen nothing that impresses me with him. He's so fucking short. He has to run around and find the goddamn gaps in the fucking offensive line, right? You can't have him be a pocket passer because he just gets crushed. Okay, you got to move him outside.
Well, you can if you have an offensive line.
Once you move him outside the pocket, and people get. Look, there's a lot of teams out there building them fast defenses like the Bucs and the fucking 49ers and shit.
Yep.
Those guys will crush you. Okay? You can't just run away from everybody. Vita Vea is chasing people down, okay? You know?
Yeah, but if you actually got protection for Kyler Murray, then he doesn't have to run for his life every play.
Well, they'll have to have huge gaps, and you can't get that kind of protection in the NFL. The defense knows how to play too.
Yeah.
And I'm not joking about that. He does have to move around to get a view downfield to get to see over people's backs. Kyler Murray just irritates the shit out of me. I'm sorry, he does.
This was another the end of this comment. If McVay had retired, I had him penciled in for the Rams.
Who, Payton?
Yep.
Makes sense.
Yeah, Payton or Chargers would have made sense because he lives right there. But
yeah. As
Denver
soon as the Chargers kept Staley.
Denver isn't too far off. I mean, that's a few hours away, actually. Just go.
Now the only criteria goes against what he wanted was warm weather. Everything else fits. You wouldn't have to answer to the GM. They've already said you're dealing with the owner, not the GM. You've got a quarterback in place, whether he's good or not, we don't know at this point. You got a defense. You've got a good roster around. And that's another thing.
You just said, right? On a show, right? On a show, you said something about warm weather. So now every Bucs fan is going to be screaming, Sean Payton's coming to the Bucs because he likes warm weather.
Step out for a sec.
Yeah.
He didn't step. He just went out and clicked out.
Sean Payton with the Colts would be interesting too. With
anybody with the Colts would be interesting right now. I haven't seen I don't see how has they hired anybody yet.
No, they've got a long list of coaches that they've interviewed though. They've interviewed or either interviewed or requested to interview with like a dozen different people.
Yeah. Sore. Sean, sore.
I believe they just requested to interview Aaron Glenn, the Lions defensive coordinator, as well. I know Arizona did.
There's another hot commodity too. Him and Johnson.
Yeah.
What are you?
I'm surprised. I thought Glenn would kind of fall off a bit this year with just how bad the defense was.
I did too, man. Honestly, you had one weakness on that team, and that was the defense, dude.
Yeah, but I think a lot of those organizations are realizing just how many holes there were, and it wasn't necessarily all coaching, that it was also the players we had in place.
What was Kyler Murray's actual injury? Because at first it was reported he had
tore his ACL.
Yeah, okay. I'll give him credit for that. He's not no Tom Brady that can play a whole season with a torn ACL, is he? That was for you, Anthony. I'm sorry, man. I had to take that jab. At 46 years old. Oh, he was 45 then. He was actually 45 then. So.
And Corey, we got to see when he actually comes back because I'm comparing it to a superhuman freaking incident, but Adrian Peterson tore his ACL the last week of the regular season and came back.
Might as well have said Herschel Walker, man. Come on. It's superhuman.
There's instances where like we don't know how bad the ACL tear was, is mainly my point. So it could be one of those partial tears where you go in surgically, just fix it up, and in a few months he's ready to run again. He'll be ready for week 1. Or it might be a full tear and he might be ready closer to December next year and he's out the majority of the season. We don't know. We got to wait till pretty much training camp comes around to see how good he's moving around.
While I was gone, did Alex say a word?
Yeah. No.
Oh, all right, cool. I won the bet then. Knew it.
Congrats, Harry.
Congrats, Harry.
Hey, Scott, you think you're a funny dude, man. I've been sitting in here we was shooting this smack for about 20-30 before we came on. And I have a thing I do every day. I try and drink once an hour while I'm awake. I try and drink 1 bottle of water every hour I'm awake. And it makes you go to the bathroom. That's just how it works.
I got 4 cups.
And these shows, and being on these shows is like being on First Take. Like you're on for 4 hours. You gotta wait.
I got a variety pack up here. I got my Coke, I got my coffee, I got my tea.
Wow. You need
a
water, Johnny?
Tell us you're not planning to go to bed tonight without telling us you're not planning to go to bed tonight.
Yeah.
I got a Monster too, but I can't touch that.
Hey, Johnny, in response to your thing in the private chat, literally.
Oh.
Well, it smell like a whole somebody made so smell like a whole bunch of college dudes.
Apparently, I don't
smell like a whole bunch of college dudes is in here eating the Taco Bell party packs and boiled eggs, man.
Well, those Mexican pizzas are bad.
So. Oh man, dude, stop playing.
When I fart, my dog runs.
When you wake yourself up in the middle of the night going, what the hell? Oh my God, that's me. It's me. I think Jim Carrey and Liar, it was me.
You know how you used to take the blanket when you were young and put it over your old lady's head and fart and laugh and shit? I can't do that no more. I'd kill her. they'd be arresting me for murder.
You laugh, but there's a new tradition in my house is I get in the bed and I always turn and face towards the outside of the bed. And I kiss my wife goodnight, and I turn over.
Did we get on fart jokes? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Anthony.
I kiss my wife, and I turn towards the outside of the bed, and she immediately tucks in the covers from my waist up to my shoulders. She's like, "Nope, that's going out the opposite end of the cover tonight. That's not coming. Like nothing. I don't want nothing coming out the top end of the cover." I think we killed Alex.
You all right, Alex?
Well, I'm good.
Linda took his hat off, man. He got his head down.
I'll thank for the green picks. Apparently, I heard it's going to start in an hour.
No, we can start those now. Ben was being a smartass. All right. So, I mean, we did our brackets last week. So I wrote down the matchups that we had. Like who we had winning. If anyone wants to make changes to anything, you're more than welcome to. So I think we all had Philly playing the Giants. All five of us on here did. Delilah had them playing Seattle. We all have Philadelphia winning that. Are we keeping that, or is anyone changing that? Does anyone have the Giants?
Oh, I'd like to take the Giants, but
I want to take the Giants, but I can't do it.
I don't think
I want to change mine for the San Fran game. So go ahead and change that on the board.
You got Dallas winning it?
Yep. Go ahead. Put me down for Dallas.
Okay, so I'm not changing anything on the
hype,
actual.
I guess. They're the Super Bowl
I'm not changing
champions.
anything on the brackets. I will change it here, though.
All right.
I wrote it on this side as well. Because I want to see how.
How bad would that fuck his bracket up? Or is his bracket already broke?
Well, nobody has a perfect bracket left.
Yeah.
Well, as long as you get to the end, that's what I'm talking about. If it breaks your bracket, that means it's broken. You can't get your Super Bowl champion.
Well, his Super Bowl was Philly and Buffalo anyway, so his Super Bowl is still fine.
It's just I have San Fran winning that next game, but it's going to be Dallas. Everybody knows.
How did we do last week?
You already.
I don't ever write those down.
You only had one wrong, Anthony. I think all of us only had. No, I had two wrong. I had the Chargers and the Bucs.
Who did I whiff on?
I think I did too.
Don't worry, Alex.
Anthony whiffed on Tampa. What's that, Alex?
I said if first half's counted, you won.
Jason Swade, you damn right.
I saw that. I was just putting the coffee up there.
I just saw it.
Damn right. It did not. Hey, look. It's just like Chris Rock joke about Rihanna getting upset. Me getting look. Kanye getting mad about not getting invited to the Oscars is like me getting mad about not getting invited to Rihanna's bed. I wasn't invited in the first place.
All right. So, Anthony, you only picked wrong on the Bucs. Alec, your only wrong pick was the Bucs. I picked the Bucs and Chargers. Johnny, you picked the Bucs. That was your only wrong one. And Ben, same thing.
Yeah. What about Marty?
Marty.
I don't think Marty made a bracket.
He didn't make a bracket, but I'll go look at what his picks were for last week.
Oh, okay.
He sent his picks in for this week too, by the way.
Yeah, I got him up there on the board the other side. So he's got the Chiefs, he's got the Giants, he's got the Bills, and he had the Niners. I just accidentally erased his for Alec. to switch. Marty last week had the 49ers, the Chargers, the Bills, the Vikings, the Bengals, and the Cowboys, so he was wrong on 2.
Fine, I'll get a Marty on something. Oh, I am not putting that up, Jason Swade.
Wow.
Oh, God in heaven.
Oh, man. Now you're going to piss somebody off.
Good night, Scott. Have a good one, buddy.
Hey, Scott, thank you, sir. Scott Taylor, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Taylor, ladies and gentlemen, one of our top fans catching every single show that we are on.
Yeah.
I want to know something before you go to bed, Scott. Are they moist or are they dry and crusty?
Oh my!
Hey, yo, what the
Dear God!
Scott's giving Jason a run for his money. You might get that trophy.
Well, guys, welcome to the NFL edition after hours.
Yeah, Jesus.
Hey, Jim, be careful the comments you make Jason's way. You just left the door wide open.
Yeah.
Oh God!
There's a backstory. There's a backstory, all right.
Oh, Jim.
Oh boy. All right, bringing this back to football.
Thank you.
So Jason's brother is Jeffrey Dahmer. So
Football.
Okay.
We all
have Philly, and we're all okay. No, Johnny, no.
Let's talk about Alex comment, man. Jeffrey Dahmer shit. Boy, he got dark real quick.
Okay.
Hey, I get dark every day.
Okay, so we all had Philly. We're all keeping Philly.
Against who?
Yeah.
The Giants.
Philly's playing the Giants.
You know what? That's the one I'm debating. I think I'll take the Giants on that one.
You're taking the Giants? Okay. That fucks with your bracket.
Thought about that
too. With your
but,
final bracket, but
how does it fuck my final bracket up?
It doesn't fuck your final bracket. I said it fucks up before your final bracket, but
yeah,
that's already fucked anyway. So
that's why I thought that out. You
know. Sean talking about what the deuce like he's Stewie from Family Guy. What the deuce?
What the deuce? Can you imagine Jason Swade speaking in that tone? In Stewie's voice?
No, I can imagine like probably a Richard Simmons kind of voice or something.
Well, you know,
I think like a Herbert kind of voice. So we're talking Family Guy.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one.
The whistle and everything.
I got me a whole freezer full of popsicles.
Wait a minute.
Man, you get that whistle in there, and that was a little too good. All right, Chiefs, Jaguars. Anyone taking the Jaguars?
It's my Danny DeVito. Wait.
I
didn't see that comment.
And Mighty Mike's, the sandwiches are so fresh. If you listen, you can still hear them sizzling.
Okay, so I'm assuming everyone still has the Chiefs.
We're just back here joking. Alex is like the teacher that's trying to teach a math lesson. We're just back here throwing
children. You in the back. Time out.
Cincinnati at Buffalo.
Going Bengals, baby.
Bengals.
So Ben and Johnny had the Bengals. Anthony, myself, Marty, and Alec all had the Bills. I am sticking with the Bills.
Yeah, I'll stick with the Bills.
I got to stick with my Super Bowl picks.
Only one I'm changing is the Niners and Cowboys.
After watching that game over and over again, the last Bengals game against the Ravens, that defense, they played a solid game, man. Offensively, defensively, everything. The Bills' defense is not the Ravens' defense. That Ravens' defense is brutal.
Well, no, of course they're not the Ravens' defense. They're the Bills' defense. Duh.
I knew you were going to say that. I just knew it, man.
No, you didn't. What the hell? If you knew that,
absolutely,
then if you was that psychic, you would not be on this show right now because you would have won that $1.5 million last week.
I did win that $1.5 million.
The hell?
What the hell are you doing here?
Exactly. we wouldn't be mad. We wouldn't be mad. Well, maybe Alex is.
I would still be here, and this show would get a lot better.
Well, gee, thanks. Appreciate you.
Alex,
I'm talking about graphics and all the nice little shit and the toys.
You can move Alex to Pittsburgh now with that money. Move him in. Get his own
reunion.
Give me a couple of $1 million. I'll send Alex enough money, or I'll have him a fucking studio built up there, man.
All right, Anthony, are you sticking with the Bills?
I'm going to stick with everything I got on there.
All right.
I'm just
yeah, but their offensive line is a lot better than it was last year, and I you can put the team on Joe's back, man, and not have to worry. Sometimes you have to worry about. Sometimes you have to worry about Josh Allen getting a little bit carried away with trying to carry the team or play hero ball. That's all I'm saying about that. I've watched that tape over and over again, man. Don't forget how
I think I expect a high scoring game. I expect both quarterbacks to just go back and forth. To me, it's pretty much Bills have the ball last is my thought.
I see it going down to who has the most turnovers, and I think the Bills are going to throw the most turnovers.
Yeah, Allen had 2 interceptions the last game.
Yeah, that's also a better secondary, though. That's my thing. The Bengals' defense is good in that front 7. That secondary is still suspect.
Yeah, I mean, if that front
seven
that's what I was just saying. If the front 7 can get to Allen, then maybe. But there you can counter that still. You can do the short passing game to Diggs and Davis. These guys can catch and run, right? So
Josh Allen either wants to throw it deep or he'll run the ball. I don't think he likes to do a lot of short passes.
Well, I was wondering that too. I was like, is that game plan wise, or was that just Allen? Because you're right. It was pretty much just deep shot or just run the ball.
He doesn't have Brian Dable. The mistakes.
He's got Ken Dorsey.
Yeah, Ken Dorsey. I mean,
that's another thing. I like Zach Taylor better than I like the Bills coach. I can't even remember his friggin' name.
Sean McDermott.
McDermott.
I actually like McDermott better than Taylor.
But I think Taylor makes better adjustments, man. They can play the run against a run heavy opponent. They can play against a pass heavy opponent. They've showed they're very versatile, dude.
The other part we might be forgetting with this is the emotional aspect from what happened the last time these guys played.
I think that's why everybody's swinging to the Bills, because the Bengals were their ass, dude. The Bengals were tearing their ass up in that game.
I had the Bills to begin with, so that's where I'm staying with it. But
that's my story, and I'm sticking to.
Well, I think it's going to be a great game, man.
It's going to be a phenomenal game.
I'm looking forward to it.
I think all 4 games this weekend are going to be really good. Honestly,
I agree. I do.
I love all 4 of these matchups.
Yep.
Well, it'll be nice to see Philly and the Giants when their starters are playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And Singletary has games where he shows up and plays very well, and then he has games where he totally you wonder if he's even dressed.
I don't even count on the Bills.
Or like James Cook too. They're kind of hit and miss.
James Cook is the same thing, and now the thing with Cook too is he's got those fumbling issues. But
yeah. Please give the ball to Cook. Please. Oh man,
my X factor for that game might actually be Nyheim Hines, because he's a very good returner, but he can be that scat back that they might need.
I'm not worried about the Bengals facing a run game, because please let Buffalo have a run game, because that'll play in the Bengals' favor.
See, but if you can get a run game to open up the pass, that's where that's different.
Fire!
Another Jason comment coming up.
The only game I really have changing is the Cowboys. I feel like they can pull off the win against 49ers.
I mean, I had the Chargers playing the Chiefs, and I had them beating the Chiefs. But I've got the Chiefs beating the Jaguars. That's my only change from my original bracket.
I think I got the Chiefs winning that one, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
That one kind of worries me more than the Bills and Bengals, man.
Jacksonville's sneaky, man. Like, for their, I mean, now you can't go down 27-0 to the Chiefs, but they're not going to lie down on their back.
That's where they need it. They got young fucking cornerbacks coming out of nowhere, man, fucking playing their asses off.
Yeah, but
when it comes to the Chargers are going to Charger. I've seen this team since
the Chargers are going to Charger.
They always just all their leads they have. You might as well just
unless it's a Nokia 3310 Charger.
They could be up 43-0 and they'll still find a way to lose the game somehow.
I mean, they're up 27-0 and lost 31-30. So,
yep.
Yeah, the Chargers just gonna. They need.
Still, what is the biggest comeback in NFL playoff history?
I think it was the Bills. I think they said that was the number one comeback.
Yeah, Frank Wright against Houston. Man, that was a hell of a game.
Yep.
And I'm so glad. I'm so glad the Vikings lost. I'm so glad.
Me too.
Frauds. Fucking frauds. Should have been Detroit in the playoffs. Just saying.
Did any of you guys see that column on SB Nation where the guy was writing about Kirk Cousins? He compared him to a Costco hot dog. They're good, but they only get you so far.
And then you end up firing Torpedo 1 and then Torpedo 2.
Well, it's a Corey Brown comment saying Cowboys had bad special teams, offense, and defense. In my opinion,
it's better than
Cowboys. As much as it pains me to say this, it really pains me to say this. They're just so tired of all their backlash of they never make it past the first round. They're a one and done team, and they're using it as bulletin material apparently. And I feel like they can go to the NFC Championship. Honestly,
they're not getting past San Fran, but Dallas does have a good defense. People sleep on that defense
because they don't play every day.
Or the Giants.
One game they'll be there, and the next game they'll be out. Man, they don't play consistent football.
Yeah, but that's 75% of the defenses in football.
Hey, but all I gotta say is
there's like 5 or 6 defenses that show up every week.
Right.
See, I can't knock the Cowboys because they won me $400. Shout out Dak Prescott trying to throw a pick.
I can
you make money when your team is bad, Alex. When your team is bad and you know their weakness, you take advantage of that shit. The Bucs could not intercept Dak Prescott worth a shit, and I was about to make some money off that shit. I was like, fuck it, Dak Prescott ain't gonna throw a pick. And everyone's like, why are you going to throw money on that shit? I was like, because it's going to happen. Dak Prescott's going to have like a perfect fucking game. He's not
that
going to
was
throw a
his
single
best
pick.
game all year against the Bucs, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, if my team's going to be bad, fuck it, might as well make money off this shit. Like, know their weaknesses. Shit.
Yeah.
But
for real.
The only way you can stop Dallas is San Fran's defense, it's great. But I feel like
San Fran is the best defense in football.
Yeah. But the thing is, I'm not sure if I'm either going to see a shootout, which probably not going to happen. Probably not going to happen.
No.
It's probably going to be a 20-20 game, probably. Worst case scenario. And it may or may not go to overtime. It may or may not.
I don't think it's that close. I'm going to go
34-21 start of the fourth quarter. Like, start of the fourth quarter, I say it being 20-20. Like, yeah, score being 20-20. Okay. Because with San Fran, you notice the trends with San Fran. The first half, they keep the game close. Well, obviously not with us. They poured it on us for no reason. That was just obliteration. But they keep it close with their opponents, and in the second half they pull away. It's just how San Fran is. It's how San Fran is. So I may see a 20-20 game going into the fourth quarter, or it may be the same trend going for San Fran. I mean, I don't know the future. I'm not saying Romo.
San Fran offensively runs a lot like Michigan did this year, where you don't score a lot early because you're running the ball, and you're beating them into submission.
I mean, Sean, I took
fun.
Don't worry, Sean. I picked you guys against the Cowboys.
Please light one.
Well, Sean, he said something about that Buffalo game against Houston in the playoffs. Real simple, Sean. Don't blow a 30-point lead.
Yeah.
Bottom line, and Doesn't matter. Houston, the Oilers blew a 30-point lead. You don't do that. I'm sorry. Can't use that excuse. Yeah. So, just saying.
What was the rest of the brackets, man? Did we ever get? You were changing.
That was the bracket.
The whole thing.
Yeah, because we did the winners, and then we went on ahead and did the brackets because the playoffs were starting.
Yeah, I didn't hear him ask if we wanted to change our Super Bowl picks or anything like that.
He did.
I was just gonna do that as we went, but as the weeks went. But okay, does anyone want to change? So I'll go person by person. Johnny, do you have the Giants beating the 49ers in the NFC?
Hell no.
Do you have the Chiefs beating the Bengals in the AFC?
No, but both of those games will be great.
I don't know the 49ers Giants will be, but
I think so because I like the Giants' defense. That's one of the strongest defenses in the NFL. And
if there's any Bucs fans in the comments,
heavy run game,
saying to fire Todd Bowles, you might as well hold your breath till next year because we're not Houston.
Yeah.
What did that have to do with the bracket?
No, I was saying because like that in the group chat they're saying to fire Todd. What's his name? Was trying to say it's fire Todd Bowles, but you can. You're kind of stuck with him for maybe 2 years max, 2, 3 maybe if he's lucky to get past the third year. But Byron Leftwich, I mean, that was kind of expected. But Todd Bowles, that's
talking about.
We were, and everybody got
now. But see, here's the thing: is he didn't get his chance to talk during all that shit. So now that it's quiet, he's taking his chance to talk.
Yeah, because I was trying to talk, and all I heard was blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, never mind. Let's keep my fucking mouth shut. Might as well be quiet then.
Yeah.
It's what I do every fucking week, anyways. Might as well be quiet. Sure.
All right.
This background noise.
Ben,
right now.
Yes.
Do you have the Eagles beating the 49ers?
You just called Alex background noise.
Well, he said he's background noise.
No, my background noise is that
you,
90s show right now.
So, what? I'm sorry, Alex. Go ahead.
Do you have the Eagles beating the 49ers in the NFC Championship game?
I keep the 49ers and Bengals.
Well, yeah, but I'm supposed to go through and ask everyone about their brackets. So.
Okay.
Double check and making sure you don't want to make a change.
Do you have Kansas City? Does Kansas City beat Cincinnati, or are you sticking with the Bengals?
I'm sticking with the Bengals now.
All right, Alec, I'm coming to you now. I guess now you have the Cowboys there. Do the Cowboys beat the Eagles?
Oh,
to go to the Super Bowl.
All I heard was fuck again.
You said, "Oh fuck no," and then
I think the farthest I see it going to is the NFC Championship. That's it. That's about it.
And do you still think Buffalo will beat Kansas City in Atlanta?
See.
All right, Anthony.
I told you I'm riding my bracket. Don't touch it. Don't touch a damn thing, boo-boo, because sometimes the number one characteristic of being a pimp is having to stand behind the decisions that you make, good ones and bad ones. And sometimes the bad ones will find you in a cell on television with a two-piece and a super-sized Coca-Cola telling all your business.
How do you take breath fat quickly?
What the fuck if I know? It's not like Harlem Nights. We gotta take shallow breaths.
All right. Anthony's again because I didn't hear a fucking bit of that. I want to refresh on who everybody's brackets anyway. That's what I was
for fuck's sakes. Well, then pay attention when I'm asking everybody.
I'm trying to, and then you got Alec over here going fuck. Like the Tourette's guy and
what
shit.
The fuck did I do?
Shit. Okay, everyone shut up. Everyone shut up.
See? The Tourette's. We're going to change his name to Tourette's, man.
You know what? I'm muting everyone. So then there's I didn't hear. Nobody else is fucking talking. All right. So
you ain't my real daddy.
Okay.
My real daddy said, he was going to get some chicken, and I get Christmas cards. I got a button too, motherfucker.
Okay, here we're just gonna do this. All right, so Anthony had the Eagles beating the Giants, the Niners beating, I guess, Dallas now, and in the NFC Championship, he has San Francisco beating Philadelphia. On the AFC side, he has Jacksonville beating Kansas City. And I just realized I have Chiefs here, but that is Kansas City. And he has Buffalo beating Cincinnati. And then he has Buffalo beating Jacksonville. Super Bowl is Buffalo and San Francisco, with Buffalo winning it all. I'm going to loosen this up now. Bring it back down. Flip it over. All right. We'll go to Alec next. For fuck's sakes. Alec has Philly beating the Giants. This is incorrect. He has now Dallas beating San Francisco. Philly still makes it to the Super Bowl. On the AFC side, he still has Buffalo beating Cincinnati. He still has Kansas City beating Jacksonville. And Buffalo beats Kansas City. Buffalo also beats Philadelphia to win the Super Bowl. Ben has Philly beating the Giants. He has San Fran beating the now Dallas Cowboys. He has Cincinnati beating Buffalo. He has Kansas City beating Jacksonville. His championship games are San Fran over Philly and Cincinnati over the Kansas City Chiefs, with the Cincinnati Bengals winning the Super Bowl. Johnny has the Eagles beating the Giants. He has the Niners beating the now Cowboys. He has Buffalo losing to Cincinnati, and he has Kansas City beating Jacksonville.
I have the Giants beating the Eagles. Didn't I?
Oh, right. Yeah, right. I'm reading your actual bracket here. That's why. All right. Sorry. He has the Giants beating the Eagles, and then the 49ers beating the Giants. Bengals beat the Chiefs, and the Niners beat the Bengals. I have Philly beating the Giants. I have San Fran beating Dallas. I have Buffalo beating Cincinnati. And this is wrong, but I had the Chargers beating Kansas City. I now have Kansas City beating the Jaguars. I have Buffalo beating Kansas City. San Fran beating Philly, and Buffalo and fullback.
What?
All right. Did everyone hear that?
I was having so much fun, I didn't hear a bit of it. Do it again.
Nope. Press the side.
Alex should be number 69 instead.
Well, this was the last football number I ever wore. So that is my number.
Pan the camera down more so I can see Alex's. Wow.
Nope, the camera will stay right where it is. Thank you very much.
Look, there's Nicole. Hi, Nicole.
Hey, Nicole. Lions. Rawr.
Rawr.
No.
I want her to do the lone wolf thing again, man. That was so cool.
That was great.
Oh, you missed a tribute to Daniel Jones tonight. You got to see that. When Sean gets done clipping it, he's going to post it.
She's got
I can't
wait.
wait.
A Daniel Jones thing?
No, on the ladies' show tonight.
On the ladies' show tonight, we were talking about Daniel Jones, or they were talking about Daniel Jones. I was in the comments, and she did this whole karaoke tribute to Daniel Jones. It was,
boy, I got to take a look.
It was definitely a winner.
Oh man,
I can't wait for Sean to clip that.
Clip it, Sean. Clip it now.
Do it
right.
now.
Good.
Do it now. Get the clippers like the Baba and then put it together and put it on the screen. Yeah, do it now. Yeah.
Oh, no. Alex, look.
See this.
No.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Nicole turned to Kevin Hart. No.
Yahtzee is a phenomenal game. That's all that I was trying to be said.
Especially when you play it during Hanukkah.
Yeah. All right. What the hell did we learn from Wildcard Weekend?
We learned that the Bucs suck.
Facts. Byron Leftwich had a vanilla offense.
There was more points scored in Wildcard Weekend than ever before in the history of NFL.
You know what's crazy fact that me and John pointed out on Tuesday?
What?
We passed for 68 attempts and ran for 14 attempts.
6 attempts.
Well, my bad. Sorry.
Before you were saying 64, and now you're saying 68. You got to get right down in the middle of that, bud.
My bad, Adam Schefter. I'll do better next time. It's not 68, it's 64.
Well, see.
Are you scared of 66 for some reason?
7, 8, 9.
Yeah, because if you flip that last number upside down, it's a little dicey.
New Jason.
What was I
learned that the line.
Wait, everybody, wait a minute. Anthony's rubbing his eyes, so the mustard has to hit again.
Because they're burning. That's why.
All right, Alec, you were saying.
I learned that the Lions should have been in the playoffs instead of the Seahawks.
What I learned was going to be that divisional winner shouldn't automatically get in. That's where I was going with that. We had a better record than you fuckers, and you guys got in and we didn't.
I don't.
The crazy part is I brought that up on a Sid show on Sunday. Even Ash and Sid agreed with that one.
Yeah,
but then David had some other way of breaking it down, saying how like it would make sense to go that route, but it's just how would you even do it? Because isn't it like I don't want to change sport topics. Don't worry, Johnny. I'm not gonna bring up your most hated sport. But isn't it true, like in NBA, like division winners don't really clinch a playoff spot? It's this conference.
This ain't the NBA. As George,
he's talking about playoffs. He's comparing playoffs to playoffs.
Saying, like, is it only the NFL that only division winners go to the playoffs, or is it this?
I mean, in most other sports, your divisional winners are your top teams, anyways. But
in most other sports, they don't have sudden death either. So I like the playoffs the way they're set up right now. I don't mess.
I still think it's I think it's bullshit.
Sean, don't say it. You said the word that's banned in this chat. You can't say that word. You can't say it.
Oh, Sean, man, you're going to timeout, bud.
You can't say that word on this show.
All right. Well, I'll say it. When it comes to the playoffs, I completely disagree with you on that divisional winner should get in.
In 50 plus years of football, it has worked perfectly. The
only
problem,
it's worked perfectly.
Except for this year, one or two times throughout the entire history of the NFL, you fight for your division. You win your division. That's it.
Yeah, but if all four teams are shit, why should one get in?
Are we
you're going to go on record? You're going to go on record, then you're going to end up with 20 fucking teams in the damn thing.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Are we bringing the team with the better record or the better resume should be in the playoffs discussion from college football here? That's very Alabama of you, Alex.
Yeah, kind of.
I said it out loud.
Well, see, my thought process is, well, and first off, Bama had multiple losses, so that is irrelevant for this argument. They had more losses than all four playoff teams that got in. Resume, everyone pretty much plays. Well, you play the majority of the NFL, anyways. So it is what it is. There, the resume is what it is. But when there's multiple, and I'll look at it from. I won't even bring up you guys. Sorry, Sean. I'm using you guys as the example. When the Commanders got in with that losing record, the Washington football team at that time, you're telling me there weren't more deserving teams to get in, better records.
better
football
records you
teams
have.
to get in.
Wait a minute, you could put Green Bay in that better record standard.
But yeah, and that's when you
out. They've been beat by a fucking team with less losing.
And that's when you start. That's when you start going into digging.
But those teams still made the playoffs, Johnny.
Right.
That's where your argument isn't valid.
But hear me here. When you start doing that about the team with the better record, hold on a second. When you start doing the thing about the team with the better record, then what happens when you got other teams in the same conference with the same record, and they got like 8 teams with 11 or 12 wins that didn't make the playoff? No, I'm stupid, but actually that's more of a reality now with the 17-game season. But you got you got a bunch of 12-win teams that didn't make the playoffs. So then at one point, like you got as much stuff as many formulas as they put.
That's why tiebreakers are in place, though.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. They have to come up with an insane amount of tiebreakers to figure that crap out. Why not? And then it makes my head hurt listening to the announcers go, okay, well, the Packers are 12-5. They're not going to win their division, but they've got a better record than the Eagles. They've got a better record than the Bucs. They got a better record than these people. But here's what's got to happen. The Packers have got to win. The Bucs have got to lose. The Giants have got to drop a ball during a punt in the third quarter at exactly 3 minutes and 59 seconds in the fourth quarter. Like, you got to break all of this shit down like it's some kind of MacGyver plot, and everything has got to work exactly perfect at the exact same time. So come up with rap God. I did it myself. So you got to so they came up with a thing and said, here's how we're going to do this. If you win your division, that's an automatic bid. And that takes that takes half the guesswork out.
See, and most years that works out where the divisional winners are at least one of those 7 best teams. But when a divisional winner is ranked 9th or 10th in the standings, that's where I have an issue with them getting in.
Yeah, but you still play a nice chunk of your. Well, okay, you got.
They make up for that by putting multiple teams from the same division, and also.
But how about this though?
Look, the Bucs won their Super Bowl. They were on the road the whole fucking time. They didn't have the best record,
but they were still one of the best teams record-wise. Like they were a playoff team record-wise.
In the playoffs, they beat everybody they faced had better records than them.
But their record was good enough to get in the playoffs. There weren't teams outside that had the better records that missed out. But that doesn't, Johnny. You're missing the point.
I got a good scenario for this.
I think you're trying to screw up my fucking division shit. I don't like that.
Okay, allow the division winner with the bad record in, but make him the lowest seed.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Make him like the lowest seed. And instead of having a home game,
I agree that the divisional winner shouldn't automatically get a playoff game or a home playoff game. If they get in, great, but it should go based on how you were actually seeded. But to me, it's just, and I'm not just saying this as a Lions guy.
You're lying.
I see what you did there, Johnny.
But
I can agree with the not getting the home playoff game. I can agree with that, but just don't screw up my fucking playoff.
I don't see how a team that's 9-7 or 9-8 now misses over a team that went 8-9, 7-10. You know, like. How does the better record not get in? Because if you look at resumes, I'll bring a resume in now. If you take that divisional title out, if you don't have divisional title as a section there, then obviously, this team gets in. They're 9-8. They have the better record. But now because this team won a shitty division, they automatically get in.
In 2010, we had this. We could have bitched about this as Bucs fans because we just had a good run, a good win streak.
That was the year. Was that the year we went 13? That was the year that the whole NFC South was 10 wins or better.
Yeah, and we came in second for the Saints. Saints snuck in there in the last minute when we thought we were going to. We lost the last game. We deserved not to get in. We lost the last game we played for. I don't have a problem with the way shit's set up. I don't have any problem with it.
See, if you're and that's the thing.
I've heard this for 40 fucking years, man. Everybody wanting to change the fucking playoff round.
But you know what's funny, and it's funny, and I'm not picking on you, Alex. But what's funny is the only people that ever seem to really start jumping up and down about changing the rules are the folks that want it changed. They're in the mood to have it changed that year when it benefits their team.
Well, and that's why I brought up the Seahawks and the football team argument as well. That's why I was like, right. I'm not just basing it off this year.
I mean, but the thing is, if they don't deserve to be there, they're going to be beat anyway. And
that's the thing. Why, like we just said, I mean, this is the shitty example because they were tied record-wise, but we were saying the Seahawks shouldn't have got in, the Lions should. But if you're like, we automatically say, oh, this team shouldn't have got in, this team should have got in instead. That's said pretty much every year.
Well, but this way, if you beat Seattle, you would have got.
But here's the thing: the people that say the such and such team shouldn't get in, they already know it's real simple. You win your division, you get in. You have the best record in your conference, you get a bye. That's how it works. And
the best record should get the bye in every. Like that's where it all falls into line.
But my point is that there's already a well-established. It's not like college football where they're still kind of feeling their way to try and figure it out. This is something that has been established for a very long time. By the time you are a grown-ass adult watching football, you know that if you have an 11-win season in a division over here that's heavy with competition and everybody's banging it out over there. Oh God, what did I just say? And then you're over here and you got this division over here.
Divisional strength counts, in other words.
Right, and then you gotta.
Yeah, but you can't tell me your guys' divisional strength. For example, this year, your guys' divisional strength.
That's what the playoffs are for. Is to the representative of each division gets into playoffs.
But that's where I'm saying. That's where I'm saying why, if you guys win a weak division, why should you go in to lose by 20 points when one of these other teams? For example, I won't even use the Lions. The Packers are a much better matchup for the Cowboys. So why should the Bucs get in with a worse record because they won their division to lose by 20 points? Cowboys.
Here's my point in everything I'm trying to say here. If you start entertaining all the arguments, you might as well just throw the rule book away and just let the Wild West. You know what I'm saying? Just Wild West. Whoever wants to be in can be in.
Leave that shit to the XFL and the USFL and all that bullshit, man.
Because right now, you got people right now, just to roll it back to college football, you got people right now that are bitching about. They're still bitching and moaning. It's several weeks after the national championship, and I'm not just talking Bama fans and Ohio State fans. There are other teams that are bitching and moaning that they should have been allowed an opportunity to be in the top in the CFP, despite the fact that their record didn't stand up to it. They had more losses than everybody else that was in the CFP. Blah blah blah, and they don't understand. And at that level, in FBS, there's 134 teams in FBS. Everybody's not going to get to go to the freaking playoffs. Period. And it's the same thing with the NFL. There's less than a third of that number in the NFL, and only a certain number of teams get to go to the playoffs. And this is how the league and the rules committee made this stuff up. And they said this is the best way to settle it. It might suck for some team that's in a division that's really competitive, but they still managed to get 12 wins because they're sitting at home because the division winner won 13 or 14 games and you were second place with 12. It sucks ass, but that's unfortunately just the way the cookie crumbles.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm voicing my opinion. That's all. And at the end of the day, we said these are the rules, but we just added a seventh team recently. We just gave that one bye instead of two. So like these rules do change.
As far as expanding, yes.
And we were ready to add an eighth team just because one game was missed.
But the rules of the playoffs, the divisional part, has always been there, and it should always be there. It's
I still personally disagree with that. But
I will say, guys,
it's the NFL. Let the NFL alone. They're not.
I will say this
though. They're not the XFL. They're not all these arena leagues. Leave them the fuck alone. People
because a rule set in stone for years means you can't change it.
I will say this though. I don't want the NFL to start being like the NBA, where now you got 20 teams. Count.
20
teams of the 30 teams in the league get in the playoffs.
Yes.
Yeah, with a play-in game.
And the NFL set up for the Cinderella team to play too,
or March Madness with 64 teams. I mean, could you see? Could you see? Like college football would be 7 months long just to be able to play out just so you can make room for the tournament.
With college football, your season would have to be March Madness, essentially.
That wouldn't be a horrible idea. Have like a.
I'd be okay with that. Honestly.
Yeah, but dude, as brutal a sport as football is and wear and tear on the body, that means that it's only a small number of kids that make it to the league anyway out of the hundreds of kids that are on the roster every year. That means that some of those guys that are studs as freshmen, they might be beat and banged the hell up worse than 4 and 5 year NFL vets by the time they've got 2 years worth of college under their belt. Which is exactly why college football has a 12-game regular season. Or hell, it used to be a 10-game regular season.
Yep. Now, believe it or not, if you did that March Madness format, your national champion would play less games than they do in a season now.
What's that?
Your national champion would actually play fewer games in a March Madness style format than they would in the season we do now. You wouldn't play 15 games in a March Madness bracket.
Oh, I don't know. Because remember,
why are you making my head?
Because remember, in the last 30 or some odd years, somewhere along the line, somebody went, "Holy crap, we're making a boatload of money." But they are not going to give up that bag.
Yeah. If you were just keeping it at single elimination, you're not playing 15 games. But last time I watched March Madness, I did the Century Challenge. I did not.
Gonzaga got upset tonight by Loyola Marymount. Big upset.
No way. Oh, I just saw it here in the comments.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a big upset.
I know Michigan lost tonight.
Holy Hank Gathers.
I mean, the biggest upset was yesterday. That was the biggest upset.
Which one?
It was the Seton Hall being UConn. Xavier.
Seton Hall normally has one of those like every year.
And then DePaul beating Xavier.
That's an upset.
That was a massive one, yeah.
Hey, but shout out to them Ducks beat Arizona.
Yes, they did. They blew them out too in Eugene.
How is Missouri not ranked? I don't get it. Who doesn't have like one off game and then they take them out of the whole top 25?
Let me tell you something. The sportscasters here on local radio are hating life right now because Oklahoma and OSU had horrendous football seasons, and the basketball season is off to a bad start. The only bright spot right now is the OKC Thunder, and the folks around here don't really give as much of a crap about the Thunder as other fans do around the league.
Yeah,
they're hating life, and that's all they've got to talk about right now is Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Huh? They're doing very well right now. But it's just that but they're tired of talking. But that's all they talk about all day. Because I get to catch the midday show. I get to catch the morning show on the way to work. I catch a little bit of the midday show when I go outside for my mid-morning break. I catch the afternoon show when I go to lunch, and I catch the evening drive on my way home from work. And all 4 shows are talking about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. They are so bored. They are so bored talking Thunder that while I was on my lunch break, one guy went on a 20-minute rant about how Madonna's coming here at some point this year. He did a 20-minute rant on he went from being a prepubescent boy into a full-grown man watching Madonna in the Dress You Up video on repeat.
Oh, by the way, Alex, congrats on your win today against the Raps.
Oh, thank you. I didn't see that we won that.
What the fuck are we talking about? Is this got anything to do with NFL now?
We just went on a rant. We're past the 2-hour mark. You know, we get off the rails and past the 2-hour mark.
Yes. Chris, when we're talking the playoffs, we don't need to add another team. Because then it's like what Ben said. Then you're going to get to 20 freaking teams in the playoffs eventually.
Yeah. It washes the playoffs out.
The only time you would want to add any more fucking playoff games is if they fucking do a full expansion on every fucking division, man.
Yeah, Sean. I remember that. Now look where you're at. Sorry. See ya.
I'll tell you, UCLA and Arizona State, that's a sneaky good game tonight that's going on right now.
Yeah. Gonzaga's lost there. That was it was a home streak of 76 games.
There you thank you, Sean.
Yes, love that.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I feel like it was kind of broke, but
UNC against
we'll agree to disagree on that.
It's making money. The NFL is
well, the NFL is going to make money regardless. So that's a shitty argument.
The NFL came in with a fucking a foundation, a great fucking foundation that became popular, and it's popular now because Cinderella teams can win a Super Bowl. Okay, don't fuck with that. Don't fuck with that. Period.
Yeah, but are there any Cinderella teams?
You heard him, Roger Goodell. Don't fuck with that.
I mean, is there any Cinderella?
The only Cinderella teams I know that have won the Super Bowl were the Jets, the Giants beating the undefeated Patriots, and then turning around and beating the Patriots again. And those are the only Cinderella teams I can think of winning the Super Bowl. Maybe the LA Rams the first time. Because the Titans were, I can't remember. No. Those Rams are heavily favored. Greatest show on turf. My bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Those are the only two Cinderella teams in my lifetime that I can think of that won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. You guys hear about the?
I think the Cowboys were heavily favored over Steelers in their first matchup.
Did you guys hear about the?
Yeah, but were the Steelers really a Cinderella team to get there? You had the steel fucking curtain, like.
No. You know what? That wasn't their first Super Bowl by the Immaculate Reception.
Yeah. Yeah, that would
because the Raiders were favored to win that game.
See, and we're talking about these underdog teams winning, but how many of them were actually Cinderella teams? Like Anthony said, the
Steelers went 40 fucking years when they fucking won that Super Bowl before they ever won a playoff game, dude. They weren't favored at all. They were a heavily underdog. It wasn't. They didn't have that. Oh, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers steel curtain image at that time.
Yeah, no, but what we're saying to that is. Where you said you've got
they were basically
the Cinderella teams can win. We've got like four teams in like 70 years. So it's not like the Cinderella team really has that shot.
I mean, they're not called a Cinderella team because it's expected to happen. It's a Cinderella team because once in a while something like this does get to occur.
Yeah, we're talking like once every 20 years.
Don't matter. It don't matter. You guys hear about the opportunity for a team like that to come up is there. And that's the point.
Now, what's saying if you replace one of these teams with a division winner that they're not the Cinderella team?
Yeah, because most of the because
how would that even happen if you're going by record?
It has been the history of the Super Bowl in the Super Bowl era.
They have the record to be the 6 or 7 seed where you got so
they have that opportunity. If they have that kind of record in the first place, then they'll be in a wild card.
No, obviously they won't because the Lions and Packers were 9-8. You guys were worst record, and you guys were in, and we weren't. That's what this whole argument was about.
There we go. That's the point. Okay.
Well, no, I'm just saying those teams have the better record, so they should be the 6 or 7 seed.
It's because you lost to Seattle, who had that fucking edge on you with the loss.
But I'm not saying the Lions should have been in over Seattle. Or the Packers should have been in over Seattle. I'm saying both teams had a better record than you guys, so why are you guys in and they're out?
Because we were the division leader.
It
could have easily been the Saints or the Falcons or the fucking Panthers.
Yeah, but why does a team that wins a shitty division with a worse record get in over some of these better
teams?
That's
what the fucking playoffs are built on, is the divisions.
But I understand that.
Win your division.
I understand that.
And then anything can happen. Every division is represented. Every team is represented by their best. Okay,
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's edition of Here We Go Round the Mulberry Bush on NFL Edition.
I was like, it's just beating heads against a brick wall.
Well, it's simple to me. Each division is represented by their best. And whether their best is good or not, it don't matter. That's their best. It's like
I understand that your division
China in fucking basketball with the dream team. They're still there, dude. Whether they should be or not.
Okay, but
I'm getting dizzy. Can we get off the merry-go-round?
That confused me. So I understand that each division's represented by their best, but what if their best isn't one of the best 7 teams? Then why should they represent?
Why shouldn't they?
Because they weren't.
Because there's 7 playoff teams. If you're not one of the 7 best teams, you shouldn't be in. No, they don't. Why does
they do? That's the way it's set up. They have to be represented. And
but I'm saying, why does it?
Fan base gets a chance to fucking go and say, "Hey, go."
Hey Ben, how you doing?
But
Ben?
why? Just because it's
good,
been
man.
that
I'm
way,
watching
why does
this
it?
Win your division.
Win
your division. You don't have to worry about it.
Let them two argue.
And this isn't about my Lions. This is just in general.
I'm not even saying you. I'm saying anybody in any division. If you win your fucking division, you're in the
so if the last team in the NFC West is better than the worst or than the best team in the NFC North,
3 or 4 divisions can fucking just own the NFL.
Alex, that's think we'll win the NBA this year.
No, I'm just hypothetically. If the best team in the NFC East is worse than the worst team in the NFC South, why does that NFC South team have to sit at home and watch the NFC East?
You know how many times I've seen it where the AFC North could have fucking owned had 4 fucking teams represented every year?
And I'm saying they should have.
But Dallas is a sneaky look, though. Dallas Mavericks are a sneaky team.
I'm crying, yo.
Thank you, Sean. They don't need to be represented.
Oh, my God. Really? Hey, time out.
Each division gets
time out. Don't fight us to your corners.
Hey, that's how it is.
Let's get it on.
Listen, that's how it is. And this argument ain't changing it.
Woosah.
Welcome to the
NFL. I'm about to pull an email from Wildin' Out. You and you out.
All I'm saying is each team gets a chance to be represented. That's the fair way to do it. There's going to be arguments.
You're not answering my question. You're not answering my question. Your only reason why it has to be this way is because it's been this way. I'm saying why can't we change it? Because it's been that way.
Because I like it this way. I haven't heard a good argument for any other fucking way to do it. You go down a fucking rabbit hole that way.
Okay, Sean Spencer, we may not have been, we weren't even the best team in the South. Well, we won the division, so what does that tell you?
The Bucs were the best team in the South.
Yeah,
but they weren't one of the best 7 teams in the NFC, so they should.
We've been talking about this for 20 minutes.
Dude, I've been watching UCLA Arizona State for the last 20 minutes. It's a good game.
What's the score of that game?
You know why you two were arguing? Do you know why you two were arguing? 3 of us were having our own conversation over here.
Okay.
Oh, I know, because I was trying to hear Johnny while you guys were going.
Okay. You're what the fuck good is a division if you don't have a fucking championship representative in it?
Oh, you can.
But are you planning on eliminating divisions and then have it free for all like fucking college?
No, you should absolutely have divisions. You should have divisional champions. But if you're divisional champion,
if they're not.
Why should a divisional champion? Why should a divisional champion have an automatic berth?
Because they get a chance to represent their team in the conference.
If they're not good enough, they don't represent. Sorry.
Then what good is having a division? Why is there a division?
It's still something to fight for.
Why is each division fighting for a chance to be in that fucking playoffs in the first place?
But if it's something to play for, Alex, then why are you saying, well, they shouldn't be
robbing the whole momentum?
The divisional championship. Divisional championship is something to play for, but why should it go with an automatic playoff?
And the guys are still arguing.
It absolutely is.
But if you win the division,
we've run out of food.
Because if you look at it, divisional championship, Anthony.
In other words, weather is going to be a crisp 42 degrees outside.
We thought
if you're a divisional champion,
but they have reloaded. I heard news
if you're
from
a divisional champion,
Johnny was starting to win, but Alex made a comeback.
Divisional champion.
Somebody please send help.
So Ben,
I love you all.
Love
Anthony.
So if a free agent's looking at, say, the Bucs and the Saints,
okay,
if they don't both make or if neither of them make the playoffs, but the Bucs are still that divisional champion, the Bucs are the better team. They're more likely to go to the Bucs. So it's still something to play for in terms of building your team.
That's a weak argument, dude.
See, an absolute like
that's a weak argument, man. Come on.
What I'm looking at,
if he says it in an
the
Arnold
NFC
Schwarzenegger
South
voice,
is a
would
weak
it be a
division,
stronger argument?
is the records against everyone else.
Say that in an Arnold
Like,
Schwarzenegger voice.
I'm not saying that in an Arnold voice.
If a division,
just because you win your division doesn't mean you get to be in the playoffs now.
Look now.
Look at me now. Oh, win more than 10 games. Get your game up. Get your biceps on. Like mine. Nobody is listening to me anymore because I'm making my bicep, I'm making my chesticles flex.
You're not following the first rule of the crisis situation. Twins was on Netflix the other night. I watched it.
I'm your brother. Yeah, I see the resemblance.
That's why I was trying to make my argument about the divisional championship, but I couldn't because I just kept hearing him just that quiet little like penned letter in the background.
Oh God!
Yeah, I was writing a farewell letter to my family, like I was on the Western Front, like they won't let us free. Give us free.
See, and like, look, and here's the thing: I'm not.
I told you in Arnold Schwarzenegger voice. Damn it!
No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying I'm right. You're wrong. I'm just saying this is how I think it should be.
No, Alex.
I'm not saying this the way it's gotta be. I'm just.
No, Alex, you was poking the bear, bro. You was poking the bear. Johnny's like, leave it alone. It needs to be left alone. You're like, they didn't win the division. No, but you guys. But that's
Alex is great at taking the fucking opposite side, man. If I was for breaking up the divisions and fucking doing some other bullshit, he'd be against.
See, and like, there's a lot of times, especially with Johnny, where I'll argue, and I'm just like, okay, how far can I stretch this? Like, how deep into this argument is he willing to go? And exactly. Chris, nobody's gonna win the argument because there's no clear solution.
This is like watching war games where the computer blew the whole world up 8 times and went.
Oh, here comes Christopher Cole being
winning solution is not to play.
Nobody got to be upon Chris. He's mind's business, and he's kind of.
When I argue this kind of stuff.
Wait, what's Alex saying?
He's saying leave Chris alone.
You argue him too?
I love. Wait a minute. I love how Johnny leaned over the screen like he was trying to really look at Alec.
What'd you say?
Hold on. Wait a minute. I gotta look this way. Wait a minute.
Sorry,
Hold on.
Anthony,
What's Johnny saying?
What'd you say, Anthony?
Hey Ben, what's going on up there?
It's like the Brady. She's all kind.
Hey, remember when
the Brady
got my ass for being on the show watching TV?
Yeah. There'd be times where like I'm trying to ask Johnny something at first when it was just me and him, and you see him up like this. He's just watching the game. It's like, well, I'll just go fuck myself then.
And Q Jason.
Yeah.
We were talking actual football, so Jason's disappeared. Let's see if he comes back.
Yeah, don't poke that award
should be nominated. You guys.
Oh my God. Me and Johnny have like 3 or 4 episodes like this a year where we just pick something and we just beat it to death. Like,
well, Johnny, you say you wanted Alex rant. There you go.
Yeah, you got a rant.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Rant, I just thought about something. Did anybody happen to catch Good Morning America this past Tuesday morning and see if
Monday, Sunday, Tuesday?
I forgot what day it was he was supposed to be on. He was supposed to be on. When did the Cowboys play? They played Monday night, right?
Monday, yeah.
Okay, so
I told you.
Hi, Jason.
So Stephen A. was supposed to be on Good Morning America on Tuesday, and they had set the whole thing up with the intent that Dallas was going to lose, so he could make all kinds of fun of the Cowboys. I was just curious if anybody saw him on that show. Because I know he was mad and bored.
But then he made something. I think his like representatives on his social media said something about Rihanna or something, and she got all mad or something, and he had to apologize. That's the only thing I saw about Stephen A.
That was the
I haven't seen anything about
I've
him
ever seen, man.
That is the first.
I thought I froze for a second.
That is the first time in my life that my blood pressure rose from watching an argument.
Well, let's don't talk about blood pressure. Okay.
I was low-key worried the entire time. I was like, oh boy, I'm pushing Johnny. This isn't the week. This isn't the week.
Seriously, I was writing letters to my mom like, please send food. I can't. They won't let me out. I'm like Akon in 2003. They won't let me out. Oh, sitting here on this podcast, watching these two guys arguing. They keep talking about the same thing.
Leave a half hour.
Don't know if neither one gonna win.
Oh yeah,
Johnny keeps saying leave things alone. Alex say y'all is stupid. Me and Alec and Ben just sitting there going like, what the fuck win?
Nicole, that's actually why I attacked so hard. Was because all the Bucs fans were here. That's why I attacked this so adamantly.
I did this a few years ago though, when it had nothing to do with the Bucs, man.
Yeah.
I shine. I got fire on it.
Wait a minute.
More than I can keep. I got 5.
Oh,
y'all can't keep it, don't you see? I got 5 on it. Y'all stop arguing. I gotta pee. I got 5 on it.
You taking water? Are you taking water pills or something?
Actually, I do take them before I go to bed.
There you go.
No, I just told you like an hour ago. I drink a bottle of water every hour. You didn't watch me chug a whole bottle while y'all was sitting there arguing. I didn't have nothing else to do.
Not gonna lie, I was literally looking at like mine and Johnny's corner here. That was
nothing like high quality H2.
I mean the three of us, me, Alec, and Ben literally had a whole conversation about basketball season while y'all were arguing.
Yeah.
At least you aren't shooting torpedoes now.
Oh no, the torpedo cannons are still loaded live.
Just don't squeeze one out.
Wait a minute, how much New Georgia merch do I have, sir?
Oh my God!
Actually, believe it or not, I actually had this stuff. I just never had it on display. A good friend of mine gave that to me. That's an autographed Terrell Davis helmet. I got that.
No wonder he fucking had headaches, man. Look how little that helmet is.
Yeah, right. I got that for Christmas last year, and my niece got that one for my birthday the year before. That's the only new piece. My brother sent that to me. That's a 3D representation of Sanford Stadium. But
that's cool.
I do have a Zagnif produced shirt. It's got 2021 and 2022 on each corner. It says back-to-back Jack in red on a black shirt, and then it's got the This Week in Georgia football logo on the back.
Okay.
Or actually, it's got the hashtag because I checked the trademarks and the copyright stuff. You cannot say Georgia and football together next to each other simultaneously in a sentence without violating that.
Who you calling a host, Sean?
Jason Swade.
Jesus, that just popped out there. Oh,
well, it was supposed to be for this one.
I know.
Well, actually,
that's not as funny.
Actually, I did. Oh, I take that back. And then for Christmas, my wife did get me. She got me some UGA PJs.
Oh, Jason to the rescue.
Wait, are you going to get the picture right now? Is that what's happening?
You know what? See, we don't have the freedom of language. We try to keep all of our Let's Talk Football shows very family friendly. But we don't do that here at NFL Edition. And you, Mr. Alex Loosemore, can go fuck all the way off over there.
Yeah. It's so fun to get somebody like Anthony over here on this show, man. To be on those shows, all street-based shit.
Dude, hey, look, if I was still drinking, y'all have really had some comedy gold. I used to go to Denny's and just do off the dome roasting people in Denny's. I can't tell you how many times I almost got my ass kicked. Because I decided, because I saw somebody and I saw somebody that said that they look funny as hell. You should. The liquor was like, you should say something. The other part of my brain was like, cool, don't do it. And I was like, nah, I'm going with the liquor because I got my peoples with me. And then I look around when I'm looking around at my people like they got my back. And the same people that was kicking and laughing at all the jokes. Somebody get in my face and like, man, you did roast him kind of hard. I'm like, fuck y'all. Y'all was laughing right with me.
I'm sorry. I just have an image. Anthony, I just had an image of you as a Peter Griffin with the devil and the fucking angel on your shoulder and shit. We talk about
right. But man, that was messed up. Y'all let that dude beat me up. You was roasting him pretty hard. But what about that time that he tried to choke you out of Smoke Backyard? Oh, that was different. John, that was messed up. Y'all didn't help me. My grandmama gave me that shit. Oh God in heaven.
Did I have anything in these? Fuck, all these are old.
What?
Hey Johnny, how many hairs grew in this week? Hey Nathan, what's going on, brother?
Nathan in here.
Hey Nathan.
Nathan, I wanted you on the show tonight, man. Greg Roman's fired, buddy.
Nathan Snell out here. Nathan Snell, who is out here looking to be provoked.
Nathan's out there partying, man. He's celebrating this shit.
Well, didn't he guarantee a Baltimore win, though? On Sunday?
Yeah, I told you he's been celebrating. Look at that. Sorry.
Well, and on top of Roman getting fired, Maryland won their basketball game tonight. So
yeah,
they beat who'd they beat, Alex?
Oh, I
understand. Hey, Michigan basketball doesn't show up till the middle of February, so it doesn't matter.
Well, they better start showing up, man.
Agreed.
It's getting pretty close. I was getting ready to say
the Big Ten championship, the Big Ten tournament.
Oh!
Yeah, they don't show up till then.
We jumped off topic like that. Shit, man.
Wow. The biggest cliffhanger.
Prime. Come on, Prime.
Hey guys.
And his recruits. And he got a flip.
Oh yeah. Deion Sanders stole the number 4 overall recruit from Miami. Another corner.
Thank you. That was here, but it wasn't going to come out here, man.
And the kid from Florida did not show up for signing day.
Rashada, yeah.
Yeah.
What? And he asked for his release, So the Florida had a 5-star quarterback committed. Signed and everything. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I was going to address Nathan's question. I think Byron Leftwich was the one that did the firing as the head coach. I think he fired his coaching staff.
Yeah, Todd's not going nowhere.
I think that was his knee-jerk reaction to save his job. Was like, if I fire them, maybe I get to keep mine. Or maybe somebody from the front office said, if you don't fire your coaching staff, you will lose yours.
Yeah. I'm not sure if you guys watch or follow I think it's Sports Illustrated. Apparently, Eagles kicker Jake Elliott refutes cheating accusations on an extra point.
What the hell you got to do to cheat an extra point? You kick it with your foot.
Apparently, it says he was accused of using a small white foreign object to help with at least one kick against the Giants during their Week 14 win.
Something to wedge it, maybe?
Get more bounce.
Something wedged in between the sole of his cleat and in the upper.
It's just sad. It's like they're really gonna do
Brett Martin could have used some help on Monday night. That's for sure.
6 straight, man. Jesus.
Now he missed.
And he's still the starter.
No, 6 from the previous game.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah,
that streak. Yeah.
Well, it's confirmed. Next week they're gonna be going for 2-point conversions on Sunday.
Yep.
He's saying walk on the field like, "Whoa, wait, like don't worry, Brett, we got this."
Yeah, they did. They actually did that to him during the game. He went out thinking he was kicking a field goal.
They brought in another kicker,
and Dak was like, "Get your ass back on the sidelines," and they went for the touchdown and got it.
Yeah.
Dak saying, "I'm doing pretty good. I haven't thrown an interception yet this game. Come on, let's just Just let him kick again.
Well,
You knew that the stars weren't aligned. It's either Dak Prescott's 3 interceptions or the kicker's missing field goals.
Right?
Yeah.
They can't get the best of both worlds.
I got news for Dak. The 49ers defense ain't the Bucs defense.
Nope.
He used to market where to place the ball. They said Dallas did it Monday also.
Oh.
Well, that didn't work for them.
Most have bad hate. Jesus.
Oh man, what would we do without Jason?
we talk about
weird?
Steve in Cleveland is what we talk about.
We haven't had a Ramona.
What you're saying is we have to look Ramona back up.
Yeah, we haven't seen a Ramona appearance tonight.
Yeah.
We haven't seen her.
Hey, here's a way out of left field theory. What if Jason Swade is actually Ramona?
Ramona, how dare you?
Apparently they thought Alex was Hammy Jammy on Friday. Because
last week because I missed the NSD show and Hammy showed up.
Yeah.
Well, no. Originally, they actually thought it was one of you guys because they thought maybe I told you guys I wasn't hopping on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
So I was like,
why the hell would I? Why would I do something like that? I would just pop. I would be like, send me the link. Let me come on camera. I say whatever I'm gonna say.
I still get. I was like, why would Alex tell us his personal life about him joining not being on or off a show? That was weird.
What?
Well, I always thought it was, I always thought it was Keith that was behind like the Jason and all these other guys. Maybe he's got like another
Jason.
Yeah.
Either Pete or Kyle, but I would assume that Kyle is having proposed to his fiance.
Congratulations to Kyle, by the way.
Yes.
Good stuff. Yeah.
I would assume he would have other plans for the evening than to spend the night trolling us on the internet.
Yeah, Kyle's definitely not Jason because Kyle and Jason have appeared. Kyle's appeared on a show while Jason's been commenting.
That don't mean nothing because he's got one of these right here.
Can Cornette do that?
Yeah, but you can see he's not like looking down at his phone. So if he's typing all that shit and emojis and everything without looking at his phone, props to him.
Like I said, Ben Cornette has done that.
When?
That's what I thought Jason was Ben for a long time, dude. I did. I thought Jason was Ben for a long time there.
Yeah.
Why would you think that?
Well, it's just a sense of humor, dude. You guys share the same kind of sense of humor.
I mean, I got a pretty good sense of humor, but this guy's pretty clever, though.
Jason, yeah, he's got it going on there.
Yeah,
Jason's got it going on.
I think it's Keith. I think it's got to be Keith or somebody like behind the scenes that just to make the show more entertaining. But
no, it's not Keith. I know that for a fact.
Oh.
It would be really funny. You know what? It would be really funny if it was your boy Suge Knight. You'd see he hasn't been back on here.
Yeah.
So man, stop. He's like, man, stop by. Nah, I'm good.
Hammy ain't got no love for us no more, man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Other than Hammy being in those comments last week, I haven't seen him in forever.
And
either that or the one person that is doing all of this is finally it was like it is very tiring to manage an iPad, a laptop, and a cell phone to type up all of these comments at the same time.
Alec looks good as a brunette, doesn't he?
Wow.
I didn't even catch that. Let's see.
Yeah.
Alex.
No, Alex on the right. Blonde wig.
I was gonna say if I'm any of them, I've got to be the one on the right because I'm the biggest. So.
Johnny on the left.
The funny thing about that picture,
dude, I'm 6'5". I'm not on the left. That's the short.
The funny thing about this picture is Adam Sandler and your boy, David Spade, both played women in that god awful Adam Sandler movie about his twin sister, Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
Oh my
that
God,
was
yeah.
horrible. That was a horrible movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it. It was entertaining enough for me to watch. It wasn't so bad that I didn't watch it, but it was bad. For an Adam Sandler movie, it was bad.
I thought That's My Boy was worse.
Nicole.
Thank you for tuning in, Nicole. Have a good night.
You said what, Ben?
That's My Boy. I thought that was worse than.
Oh, I didn't see that one. There were a few
I saw that one. It was pretty bad too.
There were a few I didn't see. There was the one where he was Little Nicky. I missed that one. And,
Little Nicky is badass, man. I love that movie.
I didn't see that one. I didn't see that, and I didn't see That's My Boy.
I mean,
That's My Boy.
I even watched Click, and Click was bad.
Happy Gilmore is his best movie ever, hands down. Happy Gilmore, Big Daddy, Wedding Singer, Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
I'll throw in the one with Drew Barrymore, not his most recent one, the one where they're in
51st
Hawaii.
Dates. Yeah,
51st Dates. Thank you.
51st Dates is a classic. His remake of the football movie with Burt Reynolds.
The Longest Yard.
Longest Yard.
Yeah, that was Longest Yard. Yeah,
great movie.
That was good. Yeah.
I liked.
You broke my nose, man.
First Grown Ups was good too. The first Grown Ups.
Yeah, Grown Ups 2 kind of sucked, man.
Yeah,
I like Little Michael. That's the toughest. Hey, look, that's the toughest I've ever seen Bob Sapp ever because he gets his ass kicked regularly in K1.
My favorite Adam Sandler is 8 Crazy Nights, man. I love that movie. I watch that every year.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, it's a Hanukkah movie.
But I've seen the other ones, the early ones, Billy Madison and yada yada.
8 Crazy Nights is animated, so you got to catch it though around Christmas time.
I think his Hanukkah song jumped the shark after. I think the first one he should have stopped because he wound up doing 3.
Yeah, he changes his songs a lot.
He did a Thanksgiving song and
yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard those. I've heard that first album with the Hanukkah song and everything on it. It's quite hilarious, but
O.J. Simpson, not a Jew, but guess who is? Hall of Famer Rod Carew. He converted.
At a medium pace.
Oh my God! The worst thing ever
that's Jason's theme song.
The worst thing ever that happened to me as a karaoke host was that somebody found that song in my book. I didn't know it existed.
Oh my God!
In the karaoke book, and no, I think of all the people in the bar, maybe there were 2 people that had heard it, and you could hear the room get quieter and quieter as it was going on, as people realized what was going on. And he was talking about the shampoo bottle and everything.
Yeah.
And the end was met with some it was just like total silence.
Silence, yeah.
It was like,
some growling.
You guys, that was funny.
Oh yeah. Me and my best friend back at the weed place, we got control of the speaker in the big room. No, we were.
They grow it.
Harvesting. Yeah, we were the grow.
Harvest, yeah.
We were in the harvest room and we got control of the speaker, the Bluetooth speaker, and we blasted that at like 7:30 in the morning, and just caught so many people off guard. Just like the shampoo bottle party was like, "What did he just say?" And we're just like, "Oh, you didn't hear he said that?" Like just right back.
I can honestly see. I just put this in my head, man. I can see Anthony and Jason doing a duo show, a duo comedy show, man. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
No.
Yeah. You gotta get it.
Oh no!
Oh God, that would be awesome, dude.
Oh.
Fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
Can you see them sitting up there doing a comedy routine and arguing with each other? It'd be better than
the whole show would
be better than Martin and Lewis, man.
The whole show would be Jason talking about what, when, where, how, and me just going, no, thank you. And then you'd be like, well, show's over. Grand opening, grand closing.
Yeah, just don't take any drinks from him. Not saying he's done that, just not saying he wouldn't do that.
Anthony and Jason, I want to approach you right now. I have an entertainment show.
You want to approach Jason? That's a dangerous
I have an entertainment show. You're not invited.
After you just asked last week why I never come on.
I will set it up for you two to come on once a week, man, and just do your thing.
Note to self: do not accept any invitations from Johnny except on Thursdays to come on the show because it'll be a setup. Hey man, you want to jump on a pop-up NFL show real quick and talk about your Falcons?
No, pop-up entertainment. It would have to be the entertainment show.
Then
Anthony's gonna sit in the comments for 5 minutes, make sure it's a legit show.
Pop up and there's Johnny. I'd pop in and it would be like the episode of In Living
Jason
Color.
will pop up.
Jason will pop up. Right. And it'll be like that episode of In Living Color when David Allen Greer saw Jamie Foxx as Wanda for the very first time.
Yo.
Anthony'd come in as the shark over here. And then Jason coming from over here.
I really used to like you, Johnny D.
Oh my God, that would be a hilarious show. Oh,
Holy!
Alec is still here. Hi, Alec. How you doing, man?
Are y'all done arguing, gentlemen?
Arguing? We haven't been arguing, man.
All right, hey fellas, I think it's time for us to go ahead and to let people know where we're at and what we're doing.
Yes,
I agree. I agree.
Oh, I'm up first. Okay,
your idea.
Okay. Hello, everybody. How you doing? I'm the guy in the whatever corner of the. I'm Anthony, also known as Mr. Figures. Also apparently very tired because I don't know anything right now. But you can catch me on Mondays on This Week in SEC Football. We just wrapped up season 2. We will be starting season 3 next week. We will be airing sparingly on Mondays. We will be airing sparingly on Mondays through the draft. I'm also on Tuesday nights on the NFL. See, I can't even do it. Tuesday nights on Let's Talk Football, the Roundtable, with my co-hosts Nicholas I Want to Smoke Rosario and Delilah Diversity with Delilah Crespo. That is Tuesday evenings at 7:30 Eastern. I'm also guest on here on Thursdays. And you can find me just about anywhere. Also, don't forget to hit up Zagnif Apparel Design.myshopify.com right now for all of your apparel needs. Of course, I don't have a single damn hat or shirt in here that I can show you because I'm a horrible business owner, but there will be an ad popping up soon. Appreciate you guys watching. I hope you're liking. I hope you're sharing. I hope you're subscribing. Back to you, Johnny.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry. Back to you, Ben.
I do have a Zagnif hoodie right there. I have to pick up the slack.
That's a small hoodie.
That is a very small, very comfortable hoodie, by the way. Thank you, Anthony. Yes, you can find me over here on this show.
Isn't there
a little late, but better late than never. And you can find me Friday nights at Have At It. We're doing episode 6 tomorrow night, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific on YouTube at Ben Cornett 9015, the Ben Zone Facebook group. Facebook group. And you can find me at Twitter on BennyBoy702. So we'll have those shows on those platforms. Check it out.
The face group. That's hilarious. You go to the group and it's just a whole bunch of faces.
Pepperidge Farms, remember, you got anything to promote?
Not really. I have nothing really to promote.
Oh.
All right. All right. Well, you can find me obviously here every Thursday. You can find me most Friday nights on North Dynasty. On North Dynasty. With Andrew, Chris, and Sid. Don't know what that was. And you can catch me most Saturdays in the morning with Sean Spencer for Let's Talk College Football. We're going to go most weekends up until the draft and then just kind of hit the big news throughout the offseason after the draft. Jason, no, that is Alec that you can find at Jason's house, not me.
Don't get me involved in this shit.
Hey, you had nothing to promote. I just promoted.
Leave me away from that fucking sick fucking purple.